Shake it up. Dance all night, get real loose. You don't need no bad excuse. Dance all night with anyone. Don't let nobody pick your bone. Shake it up. Shake it up. Yeah, shake it up. Shake it up. Dance all night. Dance all night. Go all night. Shake it up. Dance all night, whirl your hair. Make a night that stop and stare. Dance all night, go to work. Do the move with the quirky jerk. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up.
Scott Goulet is over in a huge accident.
Oh, whereabouts are they, Jack? Where are the cobwebs again?
Where's this seatbelt, buddy? You don't need a seat there.
Anyone else reverse in Damon? Well, you can drive out this one and go around the other side.
In the corners, in the bottom part of
I put 10 kilos on. I just want to see if I was any better or not. Where'd you put it? Yeah, like Christmas.
Get rid of these. Get away, get away. We're here at Charlton Speedway in Toowoomba, Queensland for the first ever Titan Garages Super Sedan Grand Prix. There's a whopping $15,000 to win in tomorrow night's feature race. And Lindsay Hawkins, you'll be one of the top contenders.
Well, we'd like to think that we are. We're trying out a few new different things on the car this time. We gave it a practice in Mackay 2 weekends ago. It seemed quite well, but practice, you don't really know what the car's like until you're amongst the other cars. So, yeah, we're hoping something will go well for us.
In your career to date, you've won 5 Queensland titles. You were runner-up last year. How does this race this weekend compare to those victories?
Well, it's I suppose it's just another race like that. I mean, every race is another race. Here you have a lot of interstate drivers, which always are pretty quick cars, but I suppose Queensland have got very quick cars as well. I think we just got to put it down to another race like a state title and do the best you can. You've got to really qualify well. If you can qualify well, then you're in with a good chance.
Have you had a chance to study the racetrack yet?
No, I think you just sort of leave it until the night. The racetracks change so often during the course of the weekend, and you don't know until the final comes along what the track's going to be like, so we'll just wait till then.
Good luck with it this weekend. Be lovely to see you running in the top 5.
Thanks very much.
Out of Victoria, car number 1 in the hands of Nick Nicola. Darren Kane, the ex-Tasmanian champion Nick Doblow from Rockhampton, driving car number 8, 3 wide salute at every point around the Charlton Speedway. Peter Warren from the Sunshine Coast, Bruce Marshall driving car number 2. As pretty as a picture. Jamie McHugh, Miami Firepower. And Hoosier Tyres, car number 23. I tell you what, he's last in the Grand Parade. He won't be last up here at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night with that $15,000 check. Followed by our major sponsors, Weatherall Prestige Auto Body, Ray White, Toowoomba, Rhino, Queensland Crash Repairs, Cadbury Confectionery, Cigaretta, Brian and Jennifer Dean, Toowoomba Indoor Race Cars, Speedway Racing News, Jordan Cambridge Cars, Rock Service, Dave the Hire, A&J Motors Machinery, Queensland Laser Service, and Bronco Motoring, and the West. Wow, one of those Hollywood cars is super quick. They are taking a beautiful line at every point around this lightning fast Friday night. Old Charlton Speedway up 58 cars, running up right on the bottom turn. Big Girdle driving car number 58 going up the back straight away. Dale Christensen, car number 22. Number 24, Charlton down there on the one turn. Away the other way. Back again, help. As this car got some money, works the back straight away. Then Ryan, the ball on the little car. Surprise as they look to those Ryan Speedway Racing picks up their $15,000 check. We're at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night, Paul O'Neill. And later on, during tonight's game, but these guys certainly good. The Charlton Speedway circuit, Big Mac, a couple of inches, Clemens down there on the 1-2 turn. Johnny, the red light, the professional Superman car racing. Having a very close look at the concrete wall down there on the 1-2 turn. But I'm going this, okay, Brian, is going to get lots of time for his line. He is fit for one hell of a night of discipline race action. And having the car number 36 of Wayne Randall, a 15.15, thanks to Jenny Hines. One of the most astute up here at Charlton Speedway. Many thanks, Jenny. A 15.15, that is that time so far during the hour. Having special time. Red Hot Race Action, being the Wayne Prince, car number 77. Jack Giles, car number 24. Ian Prince, car number 76, working the back for the way. These are the superstars of Superman car racing. Big Doblow, car number 8. South Wales running 400. Exile. Double white Prix, the final combination. Canada 2 out of Kenya 5th, running Canada 9, running Tide. The three-time Australian champion along with Canada 39 down there on the bottom third. Where this point in time is both Rocket Bear, John Pine. The commencing car in the Newcastle Meadow Race, Canada 9, occupants going to the way by Jamie McHugh, Canada 23, Jamie Hawkins. The rider of Mackay, Freeway in North Queensland, Canada 14. Oh, 3 cars with you the lead himself undone down there on the bottom turn. John Pine, Jamie McHugh, Rich Marshall, Sunset Auto, Calvin Commodore, Team Canada 2. Wow, 3 cars especially coming to grief down there on the one.
I guess, Ron Pine, when the big money's up for stakes, the big boys come out to play.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We do a lot of touring around the country, and wherever them show me the money and I'll be here.
Let's talk about the Australian title for a moment. A little bit disappointing for you this time round.
It was actually. I expected to not only go back to back, I had it 2 years in a row, but I probably thought I was going to be good enough to do it 3 times in a row. But I outsmarted myself actually. I won all the right heats and got off the front line and set the car up a bit tight, and well, history, you know, you read the history books, and I just got passed by everybody, got to the back and the track started drying out. The setup started coming towards it, but it was a bit late, so I had to try some outside moves late in the race, and when you got other guys trying the same thing, it was just a mess and I ended up in the wall.
Well, you're here this weekend at Charlton in Toowoomba for the first ever Australian Super Sedan Grand Prix. There's 15 grand to win. How do you feel about that?
Well, winning Australian titles 3 times and getting $3,000, this race is much more important to have number 1 on your door. The prestige of the race is winning it, of course, and what goes with it, being the inaugural 15,000 to win race. It's the richest paying race in Australia, and I want to put my name in the history books first.
We certainly hope it works well for these guys this weekend and they can do it again in future years.
Yeah, I'm supporting it, and I just hope the crowd comes along, especially tomorrow night, and see some really hard charging racing from the best in the country.
I can see it in your eyes, you're fairly switched on, you're serious about this weekend. How's your preparation been?
Well, it's been good. We won on Wednesday night in Newcastle, and my son walked up to me on the dais and said, "Good drive, Dad, but it wasn't very disciplined." So I guess I've got a bit more to improve, and hopefully tomorrow night it'll just cap it off.
Well, Ron Pine, you've proved you can do it in the past. Let's hope you do it again this weekend.
Yeah, I certainly hope I can, and there'll be one hell of a party in my tent if I do.
Brucey Marshall and Darren Kane filling in that row, and of course Darren, a very young and accomplished driver, 3 or 4 times Tasmanian champion, runner-up of a national champion 2 years running, so he's certainly capable of winning tomorrow night 50 lap feature race. As we said earlier, the man that needs no introduction, just leading the freight train now, is the Auto Pro car, car number 7 of Ron Pine. Behind him, one of the local lads. Great to see a good local contingent here tonight, Mark O'Brien. Further we go back to Wayne Brims and Desi Coyne just slotting in there now. Here comes Jamie McHugh, car number 23. Then we go back to Graham Lehman, another one of our local contenders here tonight. Jeff Phillips, Jack Childs, Bruce Marshall and Darren Kane. So Stewart's now just getting these cars in the race order. Oh, we've got Ron Pine on the inside, alongside him, Mark O'Brien. A little further we go back to car number 77 of Wayne Brims, and alongside him, Desi Coyne. This guy can really rock it. And we've got Jamie McHugh as he gets set across the white line. It's back to you, Kerry Richards.
Okay, thanks, David. Yes, already thrown up there on the top turn. Bruce Marshall, complete restart. The Holden Commodore running out of gate now. The green light was shown on the main straight. Complete restart. Just gives an indication of how G'd up these drivers are. With $15,000 up for grabs, who wouldn't be? In the meantime, many things going to roll out. Ronnie Pine racing out of pole position. A green flag, green light. Excellent time during the first qualify. Have a look at Marco Bryan. Dives to on the inside of one Pine with short left coming out of the 1-2 turns. The Euro 1 car working beautifully. Actually got perfect chance. Oh, look at Ronnie Pine. Oh, Ronnie Pine. Marco Bryan. Wild race action. Have a look at the drive from Jamie McHugh out of the Gold Coast already getting the race car through into second place. But to no avail. Yellow lights being turned on trackside. Is this one frantic affair? The first heat of Super Sedan car racing proudly brought to us by Dean's Roses, heat number 1 over 10. Already substantial damage on some of the race cars going across the start-finish line. Mark 9, that altercation with Ron Pine on the main straight. Complete restart. We are conferring here with our officials in our race headquarters. Looks like one driver. Ron Pine, the Auto 1 car out of Festnock in New South Wales. Got the rear appeal during the first heat of Super Sedan car racing. I tell you what, it's fireworks on the racetrack. This is sensations unfolding. No racing laps complete at this point in time. Still 10 to race. Marco Bryan, the 77 car, Wayne Bridge, they are side by side. Look at Jamie McHugh, one of the promotional team with $15,000 to win. Charlton Speedway show. He's got this Miami Special Bears racer jumping out of the ground as he comes out of the 3-4 turns down the lane to the way. Marco Bryan in second placing, the 77 racer of Wayne Bridge. Third placing going up the back straight. A driver's side front tyre deflated on the Auto 1 car. Marco Bryan, second placing. Wayne Bridge further back on the back wall. The number 6 car, very untidy on the back straight away. The Tasmanian champion certainly working overtime as they negotiate the back straight away. Graham Lehman running midfield. The Sunset Autos car of Bruce Marshall ahead of Tasmania 1. The Darren Kane car, virtually a nose with tail drive coming out of the 3-4 turn for one famous. Marco Bryan just hesitating up there on the top turn. Virtually a nose with tail involving Marco Bryan, Wayne Bridge. The number 6 car as they come on like the gangbusters. There's Corn from Central Queensland, Bruce Marshall. They're starting the snow rim on the inside. There's only one way to go. I'll tell it to us the halfway round the concrete wall. Jamie McHugh, that is a monster lead during the first heat of our inaugural $15,000 Super Sedan car. Speedway spectacular at Charlton Speedway. Marco Bryan, car of 99, undoubtedly putting in the race for the lifetime. In third placing with the 77 racer. A Camels flying in the breeze, and it is Corn car number 6. Looks like they're attacking the Marco Bryan car every which way but loose. Across the starting line, the bonnet smashed in the breeze. Oh, a big move from the Tasmanian champion, Darren Kane. Unfortunately, there's Corn, losing 4 or 5 placings down there on the 1-2 turns. The laps rapidly running out during this first heat of Super Sedan car racing. Jamie McHugh, what the run. Wouldn't it be a confident Jamie McHugh as he goes into round number 2 very shortly. About to lap some of the tail enders going up the back straight away. Jamie McHugh and the Miami Special Bears racer. He has set Charlton Speedway alight. First placing down to the 23. Jamie McHugh first. Second going to the 77, New South Wales racer of Wayne Bridge. And officially third looks like Marco Bryan in car 99. Speedway Bands If that is any indication of what's to come here at Charlton Speedway tonight and tomorrow night, you, our Speedway fans, are in for a thrilling affair. Put your hands together for him, Charlton. Give him a big round of applause. Jamie McHugh. Come on, Charlton. Put your hands together for him.
Yeah, only, just once, I think.
In Boccia, you're one of the major sponsors here this weekend. I guess it's a privilege and an honour to be part of such a big deal.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've been associated with Speedway now for some 25 years or so, and I'm always interested in Speedway and where I can promote my business, which is in Boccia race parts. I take it a privilege to be able to get involved in an event like this, which is probably one of the richest events in Australia for super sedans.
And you're back sporting a two-car team?
Yes, well, we've got a couple of cars, but the car that I really own is 36, which is now powered by a V8. Darren has come to work for us, and I've agreed to sponsor him. While it's his motor car, I'm just sponsoring him for his racing at this stage.
Good luck with the team tonight, mate. It'd be nice to see both cars running at the pointy end of the field.
That'd be great. That's what we all dream of. Thank you.
Well, Darren Kane, of course, is one of Ian's men, and Darren, you're no stranger to the big races.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race, and it's the same for everybody, and I'm really looking forward to it.
3 or 4 times Tasmanian champion?
Yeah, 3 times, back-to-back last 2 years, and hoping for this year for 3rd time in a row.
And have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
I've had a run up here early in the season, and it's a difficult racetrack because it's always different every time you come here, but I'm hoping it's going to be very wet, and we all get a lot of drive out of it.
Good luck tonight, mate. Well, the second man on the team, of course, is Wayne Randall. Wayne, welcome back to Toowoomba.
Yes, good to be here. Toowoomba's one of my favourite tracks in Australia, and in the past years we've done pretty well here, so we can only hope this weekend it's going to be exactly the same. We're certainly G'd up for it. Our car is going the best it's been for the whole, well, we've run last season and this season, but the last few shows we've run, it's been very, very good. It feels good, and new engine this year, or new heads on the engine this year, and it's just improved it out of sight.
Just walking through the pits, there's some awesome talent here this weekend. You know, you've got the guy standing there behind you there, and the 2 Pine brothers, and the list just goes on and on.
Yeah, look, there's anyone that of probably 25 cars could win this event, which makes it just goes to show how strong the sport is, I suppose. But I think we're there. We're quite confident, and but you never underestimate no one.
You've been racing a long time. You said 15-year association with Ian Boccia. 50 laps tomorrow night. What sort of preparation do you need to do for that?
50 laps. I've always been a long distance person. I mean, I don't mind running 50 or 75. Longer the better. And we're right for that. I'm fit enough, I believe, and I play a bit of sport to keep me fit. And 50 laps is not a problem.
Good luck for tomorrow night, Wayne.
Thank you very much.
Big tonight, sponsored by the Toowoomba car doctors as the cars form up. We'll have one more look at them as they start to run away down the straightaway. The likeable lady, Tanya Smith, off the pole line. Alongside her, we've got Peter Warren. To go further back, Elaine and Bell, and Nick McCullers have started to build up a few engine words. Rick Anderson and Lindsay Hawkins, Dean Bridges and Gary Pagel, Johnny Leslie, Leslie Pascoe, mind you, that name's been around a few summers. And Robert Carring, as we get set to go racing with Tanya Smith. It's back to you, Kenny.
Okay, thanks, David. Yes, the start moments away. Tanya, go. The green flag was stopped on the start pretty close. The freedom speed. Tanya Smith explodes this rocket race car into a handy race lead coming out of the 3-4 turn for the first time. In second placing, Peter Warren. Second and third. South line, Wayne Randall. Nick McCullers, the Victorian champion. Fourth placing on down on 11. Further back on the bank, the big leaders, including Ian Brins and John Leslie, Canada 81, side by side. Contact between Peter Warren. He puts the sunshine tank down of racing to the field and turns 1 and 2. Having rejoined the field, there will be a yellow light being turned on. The action, if we turn of the wheels, putting on the right side down the line. Wayne Randall. Big Technicolor sitting in fourth, coming out of the 3-4 turn. Burning Jack Car, the number 97 racer. He's that one, hello and rise. The qualified production leader, Superman car division. Gary Bagel, down of 97 versus the same distance. Covering those first 3 race cars going across the start finish line. Daniel Smith is the race car for one big victory. Looks like 2 cars slammed together up there on the 3-4 turn. That is the crew blow for our New South Wales racer in the way of Robert Carey driving car number 2. 5 to 8. It's going to be Daniel Smith. It's going to be Wayne Randall. Second place. Ryan Ryan stopping the way that Daniel Smith was running. It is Melbourne also looking at this one time the race order. Daniel Smith, Wayne Randall, that is an impressive drive from Gary Bagel. The 97 a whole Technicolor out of Victoria, 4th placing. Robert Carrick from Newcastle, Sydney, a big lead on ahead, on the red line. Chasing the Hawkins car, if we look at this Charlton Prix. Daniel Smith, Wayne Randall. Gary Bagel, 4th placing it for the ascent. So Technicolor that we got 3rd placing going up the back following this Alvin Commodore. Has it got some Monday jumbo on the hands of Gary Bagel. The passing blade has been shown over his Tuesday on the start finish line. That goes accordingly, pulling out through that Daniel Smith will get off 4 on number 2, round number 1 for the night at tomorrow night's qualifier. Technicolor has the first mistake. It's called a mistake from Gary Bagel. Having 3 claims, 3rd placing going up the main straight. I'd say there may be a problem there at the Holden Commodore. Growing considerably, but it is a race winner going to car number 9. Daniel Smith first.
Michael G, you're one of the men behind this this weekend. Why Toowoomba?
We picked Toowoomba because on its night, Toowoomba can be one in Queensland. You can actually race 2 cars wide here, and normally they have a nice hooky track for the people, yeah.
And how many months of planning's gone into this?
We sat down over tea probably 6 or 7 months ago, deciding that we'd have a go at it, and yeah, all of a sudden it's here, and it's taken no time at all to get here.
Yourself and Jamie McHugh obviously are behind this. Are you happy with what's happened so far?
So far so good, yeah. Everything's gone according to plan. We've got good car numbers and good quality field, which is what we were hoping for from the outskirts. So all in all, yeah, at this stage pretty good. You can probably ask us after tomorrow night, and we'd be able to give you a bit better answer.
Michael, I hope it all goes well for you, and give yourself a chance to win some of your money back.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, the weather car's been going really good up here lately, so I think, you know, hopefully we're in with a shot, and you know, with the support that Titan have given us as well through this meeting, we hope that it goes really well for him as well.
Good luck with it, Michael.
Thanks, David.
Mick Dablow and Shaney Lau and Greg Smith. Now, Shane out there, just can't see whether Shane's out there or not. He did say, you'll see Shane now. It's great to see Shane back out there. What he said, what he was hoping was the overheating problem was that the brand new thermostat put in the car, brand new engine too, by the way, and he felt that the thermostat wasn't opening properly, so he just cut a hole in the bottom of the thermostat, and hopefully that has fixed his overheating problems. We can certainly hope so. We get set to go charging off the front row as Tony Blackmore. Brad Christian, Tribute, back to you.
Thanks, David. We are ready for a start. Swing right down. Tony Blackmore and Dale. 5 by 5, and Michael Prix also way through it. Woodrow with the Orlando car working the back on the way. Ray George, a big move round the outside. I'll tell you what, there's been 1 car. Whoa, drama time on the 3-4 turn. Looks like 3-1. Shane Lau facing the wrong direction at this point in time. Obviously a complete restart being called by the stewards. Actually doing 1-2 kilometres an hour down there on the bottom turn. That is Brian Missam from the Darling down. Well, to say we're having no joy would be an understatement. Car number 71. of Shane Lau, also facing the wrong direction. The Cane Kittens up the back straight, just wait left, green flag, full from the main straight. Tony Barkamore, our lane. Looks like plenty of race tape being used on the Shane Lau, car number 71. That magic race tape can work wonders from time to time. Good to see Dave Marshall and his charming wife out here at Charlton also during tonight's show. Okay, we go racing. We start along. Dale Raceway coming out of the 1-2 zone for the first time. Out of the tight, the third and fourth between the Craig George for Falcon and Michael G. Pace cars. Oh, another lose on the top 10. Made the cars everywhere. Absolute mechanical mayhem up there on the 3-4 turns. Unfortunately, once again, the number 71 car of Shane Lau involved, also Brian Misson driving Canada 7. Okay, let's go racing, big way van. More hiccup. I tell you what, there's battles being staged every point. Have a look at Craig George, the fourth balcony, takes the nails set. Number 3 of Sedan Racing, this Tony Barkamore car has been driving incredibly well, lightning like Charlton Speedway. Fine, working its first racing from the night up front. There's up the back away. Craig George spot a fairway out of suspension, this Craig George car, going incredibly through the racing lane. The race leader, the city of Lane, so he must have those 6-9.
So, John Pine, you're a man that doesn't venture up this side of the country often. Why this weekend?
Well, it's a big money event, and this is what it's all about. But we were very fortunate to get Fishwick Mowers from Canberra to sponsor us to get here, which is, it's very hard to travel and to do it. It's a lot of money to cost to get here. But this sort of event is a premier event. This is one of the major events of the season. That's for anybody really. So, hopefully it comes off well.
I guess it is, and evident in the amount of cars and the quality of cars that are here this weekend.
Well, I suppose if you've done a run around here on championships, there'd probably be about 10 or 12 title holders here tonight and tomorrow night. So, the best man's going to win. Just hope that the track and the heat that looks after us and makes it a fantastic race for us.
So the event certainly worth the effort.
Oh, the prize money alone is going to be enormous to anybody's purse for the season. It's probably what you're going to spend in the next couple of months on just travelling and winnings and repairing of cars.
Ron was saying before that he's won like 3 Australian titles and only got $3,000 to win. This is $15,000 to win.
This is true. These are what's happening. We've got another one in Victoria, another one at Parramatta this season. Tasmania's got $15,000 total prize the winner can get. Parramatta's $10,000. Victoria's got a $10,000. And if you want to go to WA to the Australian titles, it's $3,000. I don't think any of us will be going that far because of that circumstances. It's $1 a litre for fuel, and no one's going to go that far.
And how's your preparation been for this weekend?
We've had a fantastic run. We got sent to the rear at Newcastle for a broken starter motor a couple of weeks ago, come from the rear and won. Parramatta, we had 25 title holders between the guys on the racetrack. It's something that's, it's a real plus for a promoter. And we come through and won. We beat Logue, Ronnie, everybody. It was a fantastic race. And hopefully this is what's going to happen tomorrow night.
Well, John Pine, best of luck for tomorrow night's 50-lap race. It's going to be a gruelling task.
We're going to give it the best effort, and Komatsu, Australia's supporting us, and hopefully we can put them out in lights and win the event.
Good luck, mate.
Fix the car as well as the driver, so those guys are certainly very, very pumped up. Ron Pine there is starting up the inside second from the back row. One heat down already. This man will not like that one iota. He'll be absolutely trying to death in this one to try and regain a few points. Let's have a bit of a look-see at them now as we roll on down the back straight away. That's Darren Kane on the front row, and he's alongside Bruce Marshall, I believe. Jack Childs, Chris Edens stretching. Johnny Pine right alongside him. It's back to you, Chris.
Okay, we are racing that Mania 1. Darren Kane is going to be a green to sugar drive for Darren Kane. One of the top guns down there on the upper aisle. Bruce Marshall, Jack Childs. Graham Lehman putting in the big one. Johnny Pine, the Newcastle hero. In the number 9 car, running very strongly indeed on the clock to start to Pine. Have a look at Ron Pine. For the last of 4 as they work the back straight away, driving the brand new BX Commodore. Has this car got some Monday jumbo, the number 7 racer of Ron Pine looking for inside passing loose. Oh! Well, motor cars every which way but late. The John Pine car out of the Newcastle Motordrome pulling up to a halt on the start-finish line. Substantial damage, it looks like, to Mark O'Brien, car number 99. To say our local Darling Downs drivers haven't had more than their fair share of drama. Would be
I'll get hit with a few flying body panels. First Coin looks relaxed in the office, but he's certainly surveying the damage and asking is there any other form of damage done to the race car. We'll just go back to Mark O'Brien. And this will be a battle of the death as we get set to go racing. Back to you, Kevin Richards.
Okay, we go racing back to the rerun. Hopefully no more drama this time round. But the entire field is stacked. Half the cars come up with weight tape as they work it back straight away. The race leader, the Tasmania 1 car, Darren Kane, as he full on the power as he negotiates the name straight away. Bruce Marshall, side by side. Jack Childs, the Rod Hampton, and the full-time national champion, Ronnie Pine. Now a clear first place from the Auto 1 car into the Newcastle Motordrome, working beautifully on the main straight. The same words can be said for Darren Kane, the Tasmania 1, Bruce Marshall, the Holland Commodore. In great style, round the outside, the number 99 car, Mark O'Brien. They are side by side, Graham Lehman and Mark O'Brien, working back in mid-place. That's one hell of an arse to come from rear of field. And words, very aptly put. The John Pine driving the car number 9 and working the John Pine car. Running out of game there on the main straight. Regulating John Pine back to rear of field. Darren Kane, Bruce Marshall. Ronnie further back on the bank between Mark O'Brien, Steve Hawkins, Graham Lehman, and John Murray. Certainly putting up the race on the side from North Queensland. If you can contain the calibre of great Charlton driver, doing it at number 10, round number 2, he's doing a superhuman job of winning 4 cars of Jack Giles coming out of the 3-4 zone. Graham Lincoln for one moment. Look down the inside, look down the outside, but certainly Jack Giles covering his tracks beautifully. Looks like Ford Farmer up there on the top turn. Also the number 6 car pulling onto the infield as I speak. But Escorn Racer hasn't been a cruel night, but Escorn, no joy during the opening heat, likewise. In round number 2, Lindsay. Wayne Wynn's car number 77, still 2 laps to race, regarding it in number 10, and Thornton Family Cars, Darren Kane to the Bruce Marshall. Oh, Bruce Marshall, one line. Oh, motor cars every direction coming out of the 1-2 turn. Talk about a hapless night for the 3-time Australian champion, Ron Payne.
For the Charlton Speedway complex, and having a tough tussle of it as we get set to continue on with the next round of heat races. It's back to you, Kevin.
Thanks back to David, still 2 to race. Regarding the red number 10 to say we're having no joy would be an understatement. Darren Kane, a whole new complex, a whole new outlook coming over at number 10. Darren Kane, and certainly setting the pace going across the start finish line. The Postulator, Tasmania London. Jack Giles making the long haul from Rockhampton to Charlton Speedway, all worthwhile in 24 cars. Working beautifully in second placing, Graham Lehman, holding down third going across the start finish line. The winner, Tasmania 1. Darren Kane first and second, 24, Jack Giles. And the A5 racer, Graham Lehman, officially third.
Robert Carrick, you're another Newcastler up here this weekend. How's your preparation been for the race so far?
Oh, pretty good. We had a bit of an incident at Newcastle 2 nights ago. We got a bit crashed up, so we had to work on the car all day yesterday to get it to come here last night. So we worked on the car till 9 o'clock last night, and we arrived here probably about lunchtime today. So we travelled all night to get here. So we hope we're pretty well prepared.
Have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
Yeah, probably about an hour ago I went and had a bit of a look at the track. I've never been here before, so the track doesn't look too bad, so I'm hoping that my car suits it, so we sort of live and learn, I think.
How does it compare with what you've seen and done before?
From what I've heard, I just had a look at it just a while ago, it's egg shaped, so they reckon it's something like Lismore, so I'm just hoping. I've raced at Lismore a couple of times, so if it's something like that, well, I should get pretty well used to it pretty quick.
They tell us that this complex here in Toowoomba is regarded as one of the best in Australia. How do you feel about that comment?
Well, unfortunately I haven't raced here, but I asked Ron Pine what it's like to race here. He said he raced here about a month ago and it dried out. He said it dried out, but you just hope on the night that track really comes to what your car is. So we're just hoping that sort of everything goes our way for a change.
Good luck for the weekend, Robert, and hope to see you running in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, the first place will do. Thank you. Righto.
6. Nick Girdlestone is due for a change of good luck. The Nick Girdlestone car 58, he certainly hasn't had much of that during tonight's racing. Mick Nicola driving Victoria 1 from 8. Wayne Randall, car number 36 from 9. Peter Warren in from 10. And Tanya Smith, that could be the car to watch. Can she move through the pack? Driving car number 9, remembering also a brilliant drive to victory during one of the earlier heats for Tanya Smith from Rocket Race Cars in northern New South Wales. This one will be at 4 minutes. Stand by, Speedway fans. We are ready for a start. Robert Carrick and Greg Smith making off like 2 going up the back straight away. Have a look at Johnny Lanslight, the true professional of the Sedan car. Oh, John Lanslight. One hell of a hit up behind it a little from down at the 16. Round of 8, certainly paramount importance for the crew of the Motor Night. Starting grid with a 16 lap, $15,000 to win. Robert Carrick. Now they're running 1, 2, 3, going up the back straight away. John Leslie looking to put inside on second on this, Robert Carrick. He's getting plenty. On left line, he's doing everything right out there, backside. Further back on the pack, holding down fourth placing, coming out of the 3-4 turns. Vic Nicola, Victoria 1 and push the yellow lights. Coming out of the top 10. Have a look at Shot, left line. The car almost sideways on, going across the start finish line. The share car now, right on the left-hand door. Oh, Shot, left line, to the back straight away to the 3 New South Wales drivers. They are the Super Bowl landslide and John Church as landslide comes to step from the tail. Into the American truck march, down the race one, O'Neill. Back in fourth place to get a Big McCall on the back straight. This is as good as it gets in Super Sedan car racing. John Landslide is sliding. There's no room on the inside. There's only one way to get around it. And that's exactly what he does from this point on. Coming with an unbeatable lead, regarding him at number 11. John Leslie sets the Charlton Speedway track alight. In second place, the race leader, Robert Carey. Now the pressure weapons will be coming from Prix. In Canada 16, Robert O'Neill. He knows the laps are running down. He's got to move and move quickly. For about 4 New South Wales cars dominate. And then number 11 in Super Sedan car racing, John Leslie. Almost a passing move between the Vic Nicola car and the flying Greg Smith in car number 16. That's actually a pretty turn of the wheel. Greg Smith almost in the Vic Nicola car. Sideways on, coming out of the top turn. One circulation of Charlton Speedway remaining. And John Leslie on his way to victory. The checkered flag across the start finish line. Car number 81, John Leslie first. Second going to number 2 racer Robert Carrick. And filling third out of Victoria, Victoria 1 of Vic Nicola. A super time, Speedway fans, your 7-lap time, 1 minute 49.94. That is a blinder. For 7 laps, 1 minute 49.94. In car number 8, Gary Pakel. Car number 97, a brilliant drive earlier on during tonight's Super Sedan racing. 33, Jeff Phillip. Craig McGeorge, car number 3, Daniel McHugh. Car number 23, that's the Tomato, Darby having won a silver medal. As they come out of the 1-2 turns up the back straight away, 3 wide. Is the sensational Super Sedan car racing. Jane McHugh, Michael T. and Craig McGeorge. Now the leaders, Daniel McHugh, and out the motor. Quite easy, take out maximum points, a brilliant drive during one of the earlier heats. And now sitting in third place, you remember it also, virtually coming from rear of field, looks like one of the motor cars slowing to a halt. On the back straight, unfortunately the hapless Shane Lau in car number 71. To say it hasn't been a wretched night of luck for Shane Lau would be an understatement. Just wondering what the steward's decision is coming down the main straight. One of the big contingent of cars built by Ray Beach Race Cars. George work in the back straight, certainly the 2 big movers. As soon as that green flag was shown, Michael G, the Witherall Prestige Auto Body, car 11, and the Miami Smash Repairs and Hoosier Tyres, car number 23 along with 33. Of Jeff Phillip. Giant Brian this time round, once again pulling up on the start finish line. Be very interesting indeed to find out the conversation between our official Speedway starter and Jai O'Brien, driving car number 28. Main straight. Hopefully no more dramas, just good hard start, race action. I don't think J. O'Brien would be a happy chappy at this point in time. Whatever went wrong has certainly earned the wrath of our Chief Steward here at Charlton Speedway. Still in the race, the green started into the 12 as they go whoa, left-hand wheel high in the air on the Shane Flow currently slams this race car into the bottom turns. Have a look at Michael G. He rides the high line, big time on the 3-4 turn. Talk about the congested pole line with only one way to go. I've got to put this landing Metroman's car around the outside doing just that, working the back still away. Talk about frantic race action. Big double A. Joey Bagel, second and third placing. The body car of Michael G. Ahead of this number 50 yard Shane Lau going up the back still away. Jamie McHugh still forging forward. He's got him between places. It's almost impossible to say the words up in the almost on the inside of the 71 car. Shane Lau on the back straight. Craig McGeorge trying to come through on the inside. Oh, and he's got the gap. There we go. Effectively indeed. Jamie McHugh down on the 23. This is certainly where the race action is better between Jeff Phillips. Shane Lau, Jamie McHugh on the back still away. From time to time, you say that you think we're going to end, but surely there's the point of no return. Quite a hard thing involving Jeff Phillips. And Shane Lau across the start of his line to Trevor. Tony Bucket all round, last at this point in time. Big double A, Joey Bagel and Michael G. They are the three pace sitters. The three twin sitters doing our second last line of qualifying team. Big double A. That Thomas Commodore has the twin amazing race cars during tonight's Super Sedan car racing. Gary Bagel, Gary. Adam Roy in the South Burnett District, side by side, wheel to wheel across the start finish line. Now going to Big Double A, driving car number 8. Can he continue on the short turn? That's right. We're guarding him into the pole. The second last round of 8, Big Double A, Gary Bagel. Michael G. still sitting in a state third place. Across the start finish line, back in the fourth, Kane McHugh. What a super drive from rear field. And Jeff Phillips, they're on their victory lap. The chicken flag about to be displayed across the start finish line from Rockhampton Freeway, the Charlton Raceway. The winner, car number 8, Big Double A first. Second place being going to Gary Bagel, car number 97. And third, the overall prestige, all-day car 11 of Michael G. Winning time, 2 minutes 37.05. That is a firecracker time, Speedway fans.
Well, Des Coyne, welcome back to Toowoomba. You're really no stranger to the place.
Yeah, no, I've been here quite a few times. I like the track. It's probably been a bit of a hoodoo track for us, but yeah, we got the car pretty quick, so hopefully a good night.
Mate, as far as super sedans go, there's some tremendous talent in the pits here tonight.
Yeah, there is. You won't get a better lineup for an Australian title than what's here. And Queensland comp is one of the hardest comps around of all the states, and yeah, some really good cars here tonight.
Is this the beginning of something special, do you think, for super sedan racing, big races like this?
It is. It needs more of this, but yeah, I think it's definitely a start, and if the promoters come out all right and gets the support, I think it'll keep going ahead. There's some other people talking about them down south, and this is what's needed. And it's a good thing for the sponsors. We need to promote our sponsors and that, and this is the way to do it.
As far as your preparation and your racing goes this summer so far, how's it been for you?
Yeah, we've only done about 4 meetings, and yeah, we've run places in every meeting, and the car's really quick. We qualified on pole at Archerfield last meeting, and unfortunately it rained, we couldn't run the final, but yeah, we've been real competitive this season.
And you live in Dysart, it's a long way from here and a long way from anywhere. Does it really affect your racing a lot?
No, it did the last couple of years, but we're more relaxed this year, and we're doing it all from Dysart this year, and I've got total control of it now, and yeah, it's a lot easier now, and no, it doesn't affect it. We get here in plenty of time and relax and that. Yeah, it's good.
Good luck with the weekend, mate.
Yep. Good, thanks a lot.
From 3, Mark O'Brien, Dale Christensen, Brian Misson, and Paul O'Neill in row 4, row 5, Jack Childs, Craig Smith, and sitting at the rear of the field, the Mackay Speedway promoter in car number 14 of Lindsay Hawkins. A start moments away. Stand by. Our last round of heats in the world of Super Sedan car racing. Also out here at Charlton tomorrow night. We will certainly give you an update before the meeting commences of the exact point scores as they go into the final round, the B main, and of course the firecracker of Super Sedan car racing, the 50-lap. $15,000 to win, proudly brought to us by Titan Garages. As we go racing, the luck change. The number 6 power peddler of Red Corny explains to the repair science of the car running wheel to wheel, side by side, with the Gary Pagel car coming out of the 3-4 turn for the first time. This was Freely, Speedway action. Have a look at the car. Always sideways on, likewise, and a Newcastle number 2 racer of Robert Kelly. 5 race cars virtually vying for the race lead, going up the back straightaway. The number 16 car also from Newcastle, Greg Smith. He's got a big dominating Paul O'Neill, Dale Christensen. They are setting an absolute red-hot pace out of the 1-2 turn. There's Corn, just one little hiccup in car number 6. That is the cross this Corn, Daniel Brown. Car working up straight from the Yarman of the South Burnett District. Gary Pagel without any fear of contradiction. One of the top guns in the modified production ranks for a long, long time. Drama down there on the 1-2 turns. Already mentioned, still 7 laps to race. Plenty can happen in 7 laps. Tonight's racing, of course, the 3 rounds of 3 heats, an indication of what lies ahead here at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night. Also, that great innovation from Rafa Motors, $50 to adult 2 children. Pick up the green flag, Canopy the flying Melbourne Commodore, and Gary Pagel cutting tight in the second placing, losing no ground down there on the bottom turn. There's Corn, the number 6 racer. Some big moves, big moves further back in the pack. 2 cars facing the wrong direction from our race headquarters. Is this going to be one of those races where we have 4 or 5 restarts to try to go one more circulation of our Charlton Raceway? They're scored in 6. Mark O'Brien, Paul O'Neill, Greg Smith, car number 16, Lindsay Hawkins, Jack Childs. A start moments away, Freeway fans, still 7 laps remaining regarding event number 10. Proudly brought to us by Freeway Leveling Services. The face-up firecracker Canopy the Commodore and Gary Pagel after 7 more circulations of the Charlton Speed Bowl, picking up the chicken flagging, increases that race lead. That car always sideways on, coming out of the top turn. And right inside, starting lane from Paul O'Neill, Mark O'Brien. Desperate to fight back in car number 89. This is Champagne. Super Sedan car racing, 4 cars virtually locked together coming out of the 3-4 turn. This is the Spain July. Commodore Country and Gary Pagel. There's Corn, measured a straight distance. Separating the 1-2 combination going up the back straightaway. It's going to be a passing there. It's just happened in the way of Paul O'Neill. Slices the motor car underneath. There's Corn. Whoa! 2 cars locked together up there on the 3-4 turn. Lindsay Hawkins. Substantial front panel damage to the number 14 Mackay Racer as Gary Pagel still dictates the pace, dictates the tempo in car number 97 who hasn't won it for 1 moment. Still 3 laps to race, all over in second, then Corn. Mark O'Brien, the Newcastle 16 car. Greg Smith as they work the back straight away for 1 moment. Greg Smith looking dangerous. almost takes it over the 16 air conditioning car. Underneath Mark O'Brien coming out of the 3-4 turn. One thing we can say, confidently here in our race headquarters, some of these drivers have got a lot of work to do on the race cars tomorrow before our Saturday night race action up here at Charlton Speedway. The white flag across the start finish line. Gary Bagel inside that seat, right foot firmly in the firewall. He'll want to the big challenge with half the lap remaining coming from Paul O'Neill. The number 5 racer, going to be Gary Bagel, the 97 car, safely out of the 3-4 turns. Across the start finish line, race winner, 97, Gary Bagel first, second placing Paul O'Neill. In New South Wales side and rounding out the top 3, a welcome change of luck for the repair tyres. Car 6 of Des Corns. Speedway fans, put your hands together for him. A brilliant ride. The Gary Bagel racer car 97.
Tanya, you haven't enjoyed the best of seasons this year. What's gone wrong?
Man, we've had a terrible start to the year. Actually, you know, we've had they've thrown everything at us. We had some lead flow off a competitor's car at Newcastle, and then we went back the next week, and we were in a really good position, and a guy spun out in front of us and caused a fair bit of damage to the car. So that took us out of that night. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we were at Archerfield, and first heat, come out of 5, and you know, we ran down the leader and actually going for a pass on the leader there, and 2 laps to go, and he's turned around in front of us, and so another fairly major collision, and did a fair bit of damage to the car, and sort of re-injured my neck again. But we're ready to bounce back. It's time for things to start to improve, and you know, we've done everything we can to make this weekend be the weekend where it all turns around.
Well, you're here this weekend and you're back, and you're in good form for the Titan Garages Super Sedan Grand Prix. How's your preparation been leading up to this event?
Well, aside from that accident, the car. We're very, very happy with the car. We've been developing it over the last couple of years. It's a traditional 4-bar rear end deal, which has taken some working out. You know, it's based on an American design as far as the rear end and everything goes. But Australian tracks are a lot different. The cars are a lot different, and they really don't react the same. And so we've sort of struggled a little bit with that setup. But we're very confident now that we've really Ron Pine. Sorry, he just blew me a kiss. But yeah, no, we're very, very confident that we've got the combination worked out, and we're looking forward to a great weekend.
Tanya, while we've got a moment of your time, how do you feel about taking us on a tour of your race car?
Sure, I'd love to. Yep. Well, this is an Australian-built car, which all the super sedans are, of course. This is built by Danny Smith. It's a rocket chassis, and we're based in Lismore, New South Wales. It's a Pontiac Grand Prix silhouette shape. We run a 350 Chev with a 4-barrel carburetor, MSD ignition system. We have coil-over shocks and AFCO springs. Where are we? We've got a Woodward rack and pinion there. It's actually a design of ours as well. It's a fast 5-to-1 rack that we've designed in conjunction with Woodward precision steering. We move through the car. We have the cockpit area, which we design our own seat down there, because I'm a lot smaller than most other drivers, and we really can't buy a seat over the counter to suit myself. We also developed a design here whereby we run 2 head supports to try and you know, decrease the risk of injury to myself. Got a 5-point Simpson harness here. Gauges and things like that we need to look at as we're going around, just to make sure that all the componentry's in good condition. Yeah, I guess move through the back here. We're actually running Hoosier tyres. We've been persistent. We've actually, in America, they run a 29-inch right rear tyre. Over here, most of the cars run a 32-inch right rear. The last couple of seasons now, we've been running these smaller tyres, and we've convinced a few of the other competitors to move toward that. There's a lot of benefits to the 29-inch tyre in that they can just be imported directly from America, and it consequently makes them cheaper for everyone to run. So yeah, we've been on the push there, and I think that actually, in all honesty, it makes the cars a lot more stable to drive, and compared to the bigger 32-inch tyre. So I'm really pushing for them, and yeah, hopefully some more competitors will change over, and we can improve the class that way as well. As I said before, it's a 4-bar rear end, which you really can't see any of that from here. It runs on a bird cage system. In the back of our rocket chassis, we have a Franklin rear end. It's a quick change rear end, so we can change the gears in the back of the diff, so that you can get the gearing to suit different racetracks that you go to. In the back, you might have noticed when we were in the front there that there was no radiator in front of the motor. We actually choose to run our radiator in the back, and so it's back here, and the cooling system, the fan and that sort of stuff's back here as well. And fuel system, the cars run methanol, and our fuel cell, it's actually a plastic bladder inside that with an aluminium casing on it that just helps to have a bit of a safety feature there. Really, we like to keep it encased in aluminium so that if we happen to get some hits and stuff like that, the cell won't fall out. So yeah, that's basically a tour around my rocket chassis. I hope you enjoyed it.
Tanya, we've noticed this weekend that all the drivers' ages are in the program, but yours is not listed.
Isn't it really? I didn't notice. It's actually my birthday, 1st of January, but no, sorry, I'm not going to tell you my age.
We'll have another look at them as they start to run down. We'll build up a bit of head of steam. Graham Lehman, one of the local hopefuls off the front row. Graham should do quite well from position 1. Alongside him now, as I said, we should at any moment now start to generate a head of steam, and we'll get back to racing as we roll around through Raggers and through Quickfit. We'll take it through Queensland Laser Surveys too, and up the straightaway. To get the go flag, as you're about to jump hard on that loud pedal. Keep them right to the very end.
Okay.
Right on those.
And the Wayne Brent, the run through combination, they are running wheel to wheel, side by side. A big leader out of New South Wales, Tony Bartlemore, Canada 63, and Ronnie Pine. Ron Pine driving the Auto 1, VX Commodore, set for the pickup point. One of these first nights in the racing, it's the 19th, very interesting indeed. The two Pine brothers running nose to tail, going up the back away for one moment. John Pine looking from outside, passing move, Ron Pine. He's got the number 7 car virtually glued to the pole line, coming out of the 3-4 turn. As Graham Lehman steadily falls on the power of the outside racer. Likewise, in second placing, Wayne Bremsing down in the 77. The two Queenslanders doing a sterling job during the last round of heat, realising these points are of paramount importance. Tony Bartlemore from Toowoomba in Western New South Wales, running very, very competitively in third place. I must say, I'm very, very impressed tonight with the driving style of Tony Bartlemore in this number 63 car. This guy certainly setting out to be raced all right at this point in time. Warren further back in the pack. John Leslie, I tell you what, that's one driver with a big job ahead that never disregards John Leslie. He's been a champion many, many times over. The 05 car, which we believe is the Graham Lehman car, on the infield, left-hand side of the start finish line. That is putting our yellow flags out with still 5 laps to race. It's green flag about to be displayed in a moment. Wayne Brent taking a look up man for best. He's going to look up the outside, looking down the inside. He desperately wants to make one point. Likewise, John Pine. The wily boss of Speedway Road, John left right. He's looped the American truck past down there on turn number 2. I ask you, our Speedway fans, how many times in any event or any Speedway circuit have we seen the Master Black? The two Pine brothers, 3rd and 4th, working the back straight away. Motors rev. Action, moments away with the 58 current at 9 points in all. Nick Taylor, big side of John Leslie. The Warren running midfield, one of the ladies looking at the Warren car. And also the girls trying to in their own private eyes further back in the pack, the two Pine cars. Side by side, Ronnie Pine. Right to the left hand. John Pine. The two left-hand wheels. Behind the air of the race car, John Pine. Deciding how the hell can I pass Brother Ron. The inside, the outside, while it's all going on further back in the pack. Wayne Brent down the 77. Possibly going to one of the champions. Super Brand drive for a hell of a long time. first or second start at Charlton Speedway at the moment. Right to my short. To the Tony Bucklemore car, Ronnie Pine also coming in for his go to Brian Money. 3 cars just off, 1 race over the lead. 3 cars working the top front away. Have a look round the outside. 4 cars. One from right. The big Toowoomba. And a rocket song. Tell you what. That was a thrill-a-minute affair. Speedway fans have had a big round of applause for the winner. 77 Wayne Prims. Put your hands together for him, Charlton Speedway. A blinder coming from the Northern New South Wales competitor. Second placing, the way I read it up here in our race headquarters, goes to 3 times national champion Ron Pine, driving car number 7.
February last year and February the year before, one of both.
Oh, you've won 2. Well, Nick Nicola, you're no stranger to the big races. You've won the Tasmanian Apple Isle Grand Prix 2 years running.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we had a good run down in Tasmania.
And the year before last, you actually won it from the back, being first reserve.
Yeah, we were first reserve, so we were lucky to even make it in. And we had a fair run. 50 laps, you got a fair chance of coming from the rear, so we done it from the rear, and we were pretty happy about that.
Tomorrow night's feature race, obviously, too. 50 laps, and you're a big race specialist.
Yeah, we like the 50 lappers. You can settle down and use a bit of strategy, but you don't have to go flat out from the beginning, so anything can happen from a 50 lap race.
You're from Victoria. You're probably one of the furthest travelling competitors here this weekend. You've never been here before. Have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
We've had a look, but you really need to drive around it for 4 or 5 laps to get a setup pretty right, so we hopefully by the end of the night we've got the car going fairly quick.
Mick, you've only been in the sport relatively 5 years, but you've got some impressive runs on the board.
Yeah, we've won the Australian Championship in about a 3rd season, and we've won the Victorian title twice, so we're pretty happy with what we've achieved.
And whereabouts are you from?
We're from Charlton in Victoria.
And what's the standard of racing like down there?
Well, we've got Peter Logue, which is an Australian champion, and he's probably made us have to fight to get up there with him, so that's actually helped us along the way.
Good luck with it this weekend, and hope you can run at the pointy end of the field.
Yeah, thank you.
Like Jamie said,
But the radiator was pushed right back on the engine block, so lucky for John Weslight that it was his last round of qualifying route tonight. Righto, Michael Jr., he gets his chance to start off the front row, and Michael desperate in need of points tonight. Of course, Michael Jr. one of the co-promoters in tonight's deal, and desperately he would love to win some of his money back, and he needs those points. There's his chance, he gets to start off the front row. Alongside him is Nick Nicola, one of the veterans from...
Okay, that's and Michael G. They floated out Super Nail, Michael G. And Mick Nicola, the Victorian champion, starting off the front row. Looks like action time. 1 metre car. Facing the infield down there on the 1-2 turns. As I was about to say, yes, the clash of our two promoters up here at Charlton Speedway. Jamie McHugh won. Mick Nicola. Bruce Marshall, our Commodores, worked beautifully during tonight's earlier qualifiers. The number 2 car, action time, left there and down. Mick Nicola now gets the race lead down there on the 1-2 turns. Michael G. Tucks inside the frantic race action. They are 3 wide, working the back straight away. Ball, the Jack Childs car. Did he come off? Where's the wheel on the back straight away? The drivers have certainly gone course to the wind. Now look at Kenya Smith. Rounded up 3 cars across the start finish line. Picked up 3 places, working the back straight away. Kenya Smith. As she sent the Charlton Speedway alight, the Michael G car facing the wrong direction up there on the 3-4 turns. Wow, is that the race of the night? Wow. Tanya Smith. Ah, the girls have gone, you know what, up here in our race headquarters. Ball from Victoria to Charlton Speedway, Danny Magaman, Mick Nicola. Michael G takes over the race lead, but that's how long? Have a look at Tanya Smith. She's jumped on the loud pedal once again, going up the back straight away. Now dials the Rocket race cars. Car number 9 through in the second placing, chasing hard. Behind the body racer. Bruce Marshall, Mick Nicola, and Tasmania 1 of Darren Gaynor. Chances galore going up the back straight away. 1 driver of the big move round the outside, the Holland Commodore, Bruce Marshall. He's looped Start the two racer coming into the 3-4 the Sporting Gesture. Getting the motor car back onto the racing track. Let's pick the colour, I say the same possible chance of filling of a major placing. This man picks on and puts them down in bold fashion. Michael G in the middle of the auto body racer. Penny Smith in second, side by side. The Tasmania one. And White. Loud as they work the back and run away. Those cars looking very identical out there trackside. Plenty of panel damage to number 77 car of Wayne Brins coming out of the 3-4 turn. Likewise, Wayne Randall driving down number 36. Michael G doing everything right. He hasn't taken his car off the pole line for one moment. Realising it's a very, very slick and heavy track towards the concrete wall. Michael G this is where the interest is expected regarding our last heat for tonight's 9 qualifiers. Clark coming out of the centre of the Michael G car at various points. Where the car speeds on to the that game for Kenya Fest. Kenya Fest getting the name for number 9 car to the left-hand shore of Michael G coming out of the 3-4-10. Certainly Darren Kane about to join in quickly on the Tasmania one racer. On this one, they got the rip on there with the Michael G car. Seems to almost stop going up the back straight away. But they're getting the momentum going very, very quickly indeed. No, the motor car looking quite okay at this point in time. Two cars sitting down there on the 1-2 turns. This particular one car, virtually impossible number to see here from our race headquarters. Again, it may be Darren Kane if that is the case. No, Mick Nicola out of Victoria as he got some skin under the race car. Looks like Shane Lau may want to continue at this point in time. Would take a very, very brave man to drive the race car the way it is in that condition. Well, we're not too sure exactly what the situation may be at this point in time regarding Shane Lau. Michael G just wondering what's gone wrong. So intent on watching the Shane Lau car down there on the 1-2 turns. That is obviously the race car exiting at this point in time. The Sedan car racing, a very competitive third placing going up the back straight. Jamie McHugh, the one in these smash repairs. In fourth racing, still 3 to race. Green flag going across the start finish line. And Darren Kane, Wayne Reynolds, Jamie McHugh. Can they finish the way they're racing at this point in time? There's 2.5 laps remaining around the Charlton Speedway complex. Or can we see a passing move between Jamie McHugh and Wayne Randall on a front-end damage or panel damage? To the Wayne Randall, number 36, but Kenya Francis would be very, very close to maximum point scorer in this number 9 Rocket race car. Second flag, race winner, Kenya Francis, number 9 first. Second placing going to Tasmania 1 of Darren Kane, and officially third, number 36 of Wayne Randall. Speedway bands. Looks like our time being recorded at 32.18. The winner's time, 32.18. How about a big round of applause, Speedway bands at Charlton Raceway. Tanya Smith, put your hands together for her.
Please report to the dance floor.
Well, Kev Richards has just joined me in commentary, and Kev, Max Dunsany might have won $10,000 last night, but someone tonight's going to win $15,000.
Yes, very, very true indeed, David. For all our Speedway fans who were up here at Charlton Speedway last night, we'll take a very, very brave man indeed to try to pick the winner of tonight's race. We'll get the point scores out very, very shortly, thanks to Jay Midcalf, passing on the information to it. David and myself up here in our race headquarters. The parade lap, the salute lap to you, our Speedway fans here at Charlton International Raceway. Come on, Speedway fans, give them a blast. Let's hear it for the Super Sedan car guys. Put those hands together, wave your programs, wave your caps. Let's know you are set. That is one hell of a spectacle going across the start-finish line. The Australian flag, the sponsors flag, flying high in the air down there on the bottom turn. 3 wide. The parade lap flute. All our Speedway fans on the back straight. Come on, give them a blast, Charlton. Put your hands together for them. Come on, fans, let's hear it. The last time round the Charlton Speedway complex. That's it, the Stokes waving their programs, waving their caps. Just put your hand in the air and let these guys know, wow, are we ready for a sensational night of Speedway racing? One of those drivers you're watching trackside will lead the Charlton Speedway complex tonight or tomorrow morning, $15,000 richer. That is one hell of a purse, one hell of a prize. You can imagine the thoughts going through the minds of our Super Sedan contenders as they line up and reel off those 50 laps, the last 1 or 2 laps. Will it be me? Will it be the bloke on the outside, the inside? $15,000 up for grabs. The track, incidentally, looking $1 million for track preparation during last night's racing, during last night's heat. Absolutely first class. So congratulations to the Charlton Speedway Club. One of the best circuits I've seen on any racetrack for a hell of a long time. Just seeing our pace car peeling off during tonight's racing. Round number 4, event number 1, the Sedan car division, round number 76. J.S. Concrete Company, John McGeorge. Michael King, car 11, and Jack Giles, 24, hopefully. We should be able to get some very, very quick times out of this session. John Ledline, American radiators that are there on both sides, but John Ledline, down to the heavy one. Jack Giles, certainly a very, very spectacularly turned out race car.
Yeah.
3. Out of Newcastle, the highly competitive car number 16, the Church Air car of Greg Smith. In row number 3, the Mackay Speedway promoter, Lindsay Hawkins in car number 14. Peter Warren in 18, Michael G, the beautifully turned out Weatherall Prestige Auto Body, car number 11. Ronnie Pine, the man desperate to pick up points during tonight's racing. In 22, Dale Christensen, and 05, the local Darlingdown star. Also a Water Holden Commodore in the way of Graham Lehman, and 05. We have an urgent call, please, for the driver of registration number Offals, OFFALS2. It is a silver car to the pit gate immediately, please. Okay, we go racing for my Dan. Have a look at Paul O'Neill. He picks them up, he puts them down. This is a sizzler from Paul O'Neill, the top gun out of New South Wales. The number 5 Lismore left-hand car, working beautifully across the side of the line. Second place, we have a look at Ronnie Pine. He is the driver desperate to pick up these important points during tonight's freeway racing. Michael G, Park, Weatherall Prestige Auto Body car in 5th placing coming out of the 3-4 turn. In the world of the Superman car racing, the pace of absolute firecracker thanks to Paul O'Neill, a qualified Carling's advantage as he roars out of the 3-4 turn. In second placing, Great Big George, have a look at Ron Pine. He's at the top, freeway line, a polar right. In Canada 7, fourth place is held there by Lindsay Hawkins, going a lot better than what we see from Lindsay Hawkins during last night's freeway racing. Ronnie Pine certainly climbing all over the rear. On the Great Big George, number 3, fourth place is Lindsay Hawkins. Michael G, ahead of the Newcastle 16 car of Greg Smith. And Peter Warren dying to go on the inside of the number 7 car. Brian Cavan working the back front away, but I'd say he's number 1. We're certainly going to go to Paul O'Neill is still flying to the race. On our left side, this guy is putting it on the way. They're going away from our ladder, extending the race lead. As he comes out of turn number 4 across the start finish line, the action second stars between number 7 car on one side and Racing George back to Lindsay Hawkins. Michael G, ball running high, but there's no room on the inside. The only way to next to that passing move on John Big George to try and get this later car around the outside. Unfortunately, it's taken towards the concrete bench doing heat number 1 of round 4 on our Saturday night. $15,000 Speedway show to win at Charlton Raceway. Great Big George. He's not intimidated by Ronnie Pine. He's 6 weeks done. Now, Michael G is around the outside of Lindsay Hawkins going out the next run away. Michael G through the 4th placing, the Weatherall Prestige Auto Body car across the start finish line. 3 cars carefully locked together. The second flag being displayed this time. The next run away, Ronnie Pine. He has lost single ground. Ron Pine, Michael G. 3 cars, the winner, Weatherall side, Paul O'Neill first. Second placing goes to Great Big George riding down to the 3, and a blinder from Michael G, the Weatherall Prestige Auto Body car. Car 11, the winning time, Speedway Bands, 2 minutes 32.97. The winner's time, heat number 1, 2:32.97.
Jamie, you're one of the men responsible for bringing this meeting to Toowoomba. How'd you feel about last night?
Yeah, last night was a great night. We had a great crowd. The racing was fantastic. So all our sponsors, Titan, Ian Botcher, Racers Warehouse and Hoosier, are very happy with it.
You're currently running 5th on the point score. Is that sort of where you'd like to be, or obviously you'd like to be further up?
Yeah, naturally you'd like to be highest point scorer, but I'm happy with 5th. I've got a couple of good starts tonight, and it's a 50-lap race, so if you're in the first 5, you're in with a show.
Now, you've hurt your arm last night. Is that going to be, or go against you tonight, do you think?
No, I'll be all right. And just the steering wheel hooked back on it and just a bit tender, but she'll be right.
Good luck in tonight's 50-lapper, and be nice to see you running at the pointy end of the field.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
And car number 6. Sorry, Desi Coyne, I should say. Started Sedan field. Let's have a bit of a look at it now. Car number 34 on the inside front row. we get set to build up ahead of steam. It's back to you, Terry Richards.
Okay, thanks so much indeed. We are racing in number 2. Now we brought through by the pole signal of Hampton Rocket. The way of Jack Childs going up the max runaway side by side. Nick Girdle says Jack Childs and John Lambright talk about side by side. Race action side by side. Nose to tail. Across the south side. Regarding the number 2. With Nick Girdle says down at the 58. Desperate to pick up important points to ensure his place in this 50-lap feature race later on during tonight's show. So on the inside, side by side, have a look at the Barcomore car. And we will down to the next run into last night. One of those big prize packets on this 50-lap. $15,000 on the win. This is the Vanguard spectacular at Charlton Speedway. They just don't get no pleasure going across the start finish line. John Lambright, Lauren Brady the last night, robbing John Lambright of important finishing points. Have a look at James McDougall, our co-promoter in the Miami National Bears raceries. Turned up the wick. Ball 3, 4, 5 cars. Lands together up there on the 3-4 turn. Just a reminder also, Speedway fans, Wayne Rainbow has made formed a suitable combination for a lot of Speedway seasons. Turn number 36. As we go racing, 7 to go. We have a few last round of it. Big Girdle saying Jack Childs on inside, passing move, following through. John Lambright and Jack Childs is running very competitively in second placing now, regulated second and fourth. At the Australia Freight Train, rolled across the start finish line, a big move from Tony Barcomore, further back in the pack, roll is running a rear end shot. Realising he's going to have to move up very quickly if he wants to improve the position. Only 5 to go on our left down to the right hand. Whoa, tell you what, and these guys throwing caution to the wind, big time. And a look at Jackie McDougall, he's down to right from Lambright. He's flying through on the inside. I was carrying the flying through on the inside, but have a look at Jackie McDougall. He hikes the left-hand wheel high in the air, coming out of 2 to 4 on the main straight. Moving up stylishly. It doesn't get any better on what they're seeing doing out of second last round of 8. Somehow or some way, the 58 racer of Nick Girdlestone still only down second place. John Lambright got in with pick of the walk. Wayne Randall, they are on the pace. And Tony Barcomore, are they attacking the Nick Girdlestone car? John Lambright now gets the American tuck part through. Once again, confronted by yellow lights around the Speedway circuit. Simon Speedway fans, this is scintillating. Super Sedan car racing if you're seeing now. Yes, looks like we are set this time and start moments away. Speedway fans, stand by. We go racing. Going back to forward on the now. Big time. Forward down to the bottom turn. Big Girdlestone in the 58 car. Full fire power going up the back runaway. Have a look at Wayne Randall. And the Ian Watchtomators, they are virtually 3 wide. Across the start finish line. 1 circulation. On the Charlton Speedway remains with James McDougall. Almost the entire length of the back straight. This time, Speedway Speedway slip up, circular light, Bruce Marshall. Wow, as it's been one hell of a race for Bruce Marshall to say he has had any joy would be an understatement driving car number 2 and Toowoomba car doctor. As they turn up the wick with one race. Wayne McDougall has been found from out of horsepower in this Miami National Bears racer. He drives away, he powers away. The left-hand wheel waves around Speedway fans across the start finish line. Wayne McDougall, the 3-3 second places. Going to Nick Girdlestone, car 58. And officially third for the Butcher race starts to 36.
And your great performance last night. You're now third in the points tally.
Yeah, it's great. The car was working really, really well. I'm really happy.
You look like you're enjoying yourself out there last night.
Yeah, you always enjoy yourself when your car's running well. The car was awesome in hot laps. First heat it was flying, and second heat we kind of missed it just a little, and it's cost us a few points there, no doubt. But and the third heat, Danny just cranked up another gear. It was unbelievable to drive. It was very good.
One of those heats last night, and I can't think which one it was now, but round the outside of 3 or 4 cars, magic moment.
Yeah, like I say, the car. You know, I can't do it without the car. He just set it up to do it, and just got to trust it and go with it. And it's not easy to trust it every time, but yeah, no, it just flew around the outside. I couldn't believe it myself.
Well, you've got a couple of more heats tonight, and the big 50-lap feature race. Best of luck with it.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully, you know, what we played with in that last heat will come to play in the feature too, and it'll all come to us.
Thanks, Tanya.
Thanks very much.
Well, Gary Pagel, at this stage in your career, you're probably better known as a modified production driver, and this is only your 3rd drive in a super sedan.
Yeah, it's at the moment we're sort of learning about the super sedan. I'd rather have a production car I can just step in it and sort of know what I've got to do, and we've had a fair bit of experience with a few state titles in New South Wales and Australian titles. We've done pretty well out. It's all a learning curve extra, and I think we've rattled a few chains in the super sedan ranks in the last couple of meetings.
Well, your performance last night was simply outstanding. You're equal on top points with Darren Kane. Must be a big buzz for you.
Oh, it is. I didn't expect to be up to speed like this within a couple, 2 or 3 meetings. We still have a bit of trouble with hooky racetracks, but on the slick racetracks the car's just going really well.
Good luck, Gary, in tonight's 50-lap feature event, and hopefully we can talk to you on the podium later on tonight.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
For tonight's qualifying heat. Okay, 3rd round of heat. Rolling around trackside now. John Pine on the inside front row. Car number 8 alongside him. That could be, I think, Jai O'Brien, if my memory serves me correctly. Inside 2nd row, car number 1. The Tasmanian champ, the 3 times Tasmanian champ, Darren Kane. Car number 17. By gee, this young guy is really turning it on tonight. Ex-modified production guy, a couple of national titles in modified production. Gary Pagel.
Okay, thanks indeed.
Gather ahead of steam. Back to
Mark O'Brien going up the back for the low one. Guy O'Brien has just taken the buzz in some combination. Have a look at the tap. Back in 1. Now some point scoring. Super Sedan car racing. Darren Kane holding down 3rd placing. Kenya Smith. And there's a now Jumbo is Kenya Smith to the extended to a Charlton Speedway on a side. Fancy a final of 6 cars coming out of turn number 4 down the main straight. It's a pretty face up front. Second by the Newcastle Saturday specialist for the main 12th time. Riding down the line. She's got every stick in the book for inside or outside passing move. Darren Kane. He's down plenty of front on the toll line. Now, Tasmania 1 car. Through to the Raceway, going up the back of the way. John Pine. Back in the 2nd placing now, having to contend with the 77 cars. Of Wayne Prince coming out of the 3-4-turn. 4th placing. Guy O'Brien. And the flying Holden Commodore of Gary Pagel. There's Gary Pagel. Turn head to your last side of Charlton Speedway. The 3rd highest spot ride on the Gary Commodore coming out of the 3-4-turn. Gary Pagel starting from position number 8 during this 2nd to last round of heat. He's got the yellow Ranger in 6th placing coming out of the top turn. Darren Kane, John Pine, the much combination. They have set up quite a good buffer going up the back on the way. A good 8 or even 12 Charlies. Back at the 4th place, Kenya Smith got to number 9. Rocket Race Band of New South Wales, Guy O'Brien. Have a look at Gary Pagel about to round up the Guy O'Brien card. Almost setting up for a passing move down there on the 1-2 stand. All eyes undoubtedly on this Gary Pagel card as contested. 3rd highest point scorer after last night's race. If you do it, you're doing right. On the line, up front, this is going to be an easy Saturday night Speedway victory. It's no surprise to see Darren Kane proudly displaying Tasmania 1 on the side of this thing in bunch of race cars. Second placing, yellow light comes in on trackside. 2 cars coming to greet up there on the 3-4 turns. Also, quick reminder, Speedway fans, can we have a call please for Colin Young to our broad...
And Nick Nicola, what happened? 2 of them have got hooked up. What happened? There was a crash at the start of the race. 1 car went out. He was
Yeah, it was like pretty damage there in the front of the Victoria car, the Victoria Video Racing. There's 1 lap to race. Aaron Reid, the Australian junior, to go up Wayne Prince, a beautiful outside passing lead on John Prine. As they approach the front 2 turns for the first time, look at Kenya Smith. Can she come from 3rd to 4th, the second flag. The winner has 91 round of the... Oh, Kenya Smith. Wow, drama on the 1-2 turn. Whoa, looks like the big double car involved. Also, 1 car facing our race headquarters. It could be the Newcastle racer car number 2 of Robert Carrick. That is sensation. Unfolding as soon as the checkered flag was shown on the main straight. 3 or even 4 cars involved down there on the 1-2 turns. We'll leave David Button time on turns 1 and 2. Over to you.
That's exactly right, Kevy Richards. The big boys have come out to play, and there's plenty of play happening. Kenya Smith, very, very unlucky. I just missed that. Kenya not happy at all. Very lucky lady. The car looks as if it's got a fair bit of damage done to the right-hand side of it. Guys, will be a few. Andrew presented the driver for us tonight. Dean McCone was last night being caught up in a few promotional duties tonight and unable to get behind the wheel of the 2-seater. But if you want to ride in this 2-seater, what you've got to do is buy a program. Now you'll see on that program there's a lucky number. If you got the right number on your program, you could be the next person to have a ride in this fantastic 2-seater that Titan Garages and Carports have put together. Right, back to you, Kenny.
Okay, ready to go racing for my fans. Our last round of 8, over the 5. Gentlemen, Jamie McHugh. Robert Kelly, Tim McHugh make it 2 starts, 2 wins, a brilliant ride. Doing round number 1 in our Saturday night show. If Jamie McHugh can take out a major placing, this looks quite easily for Jamie McHugh. At the head of a 1-4 challenge, driving round number 23, 33. Out of the Sunshine Gate, Jeff Phillips. Running in second placing, working back well away, the Rocket Race cars. And Kenya Smith holding down third, 3 of our top guns. In the Super Grand Tournament, and that's how they're running high, wide stand from us. Running away and hiding in this Miami Stretch the Bears race, the car number 23. This is a power drive for James McHugh, wherever he's done this race during over the overnight up here at Charlton Speedway. It's working wonders. James McHugh increasing that race lead. The section narrowly striking distance. 23 Miami Tire Power Racer. Second placing, Jeff Phillips in car number 33, Kenya Smith. In car number 9, the Rocket Race car, that is the number 2 car in New South Wales. Robert Carrick driving car number 2. Unfortunately, Bruce Marshall will say he's having no joy in this Holden Commodore car number 2 during tonight's event. Sunshine Case, that's how they're lining up 1-2 on the back straight. Northern New South Wales, the Rocket Race car driver. Was she a rocket here at Charlton Speedway last night? Talking about Kenya Smith driving car number 9, the number 2 car. Out of the Newcastle motor driver, Robert Carrick. Running in fourth turn. Oh, Robert Carrick almost diving to on the inside of Kenya Smith coming out of the 1-2 turn. Still 6 laps the race. Regarding him in number 7, Jamie McHugh raises to meet a car virtually sideways on. Heights that left-hand wheel high in the air. On his way to the green, Jeff Phillips. He's over things down there on the 1-2 turn, losing 2, 3, 4 placings going up the back straightaway. That's a cruise over to Jeff Phillips in car number 33 now. Senior Smith. Robert Waiter, coming to second place in New South Wales. Car number 2 of Robert Carrick, moving the back straightaway. Further back on the pack, Johnny Landline, the true from National. Of Superman Car Racing, can he get through on the inside of Robert Carrick. They are nose to tail, side by side, Landline. Picking up one more position coming out of the 1-2 turn. Unfortunately, 2-metre cars coming to grief up there on turn number 4, the 58 Racer. My observation only, I will be very, very surprised if this race car could restart. Well, he's proven wrong tonight once again, Nick Gerblestein looks like. And that will take up his position, car 58. I start moments away, still 3 to race. The fine first, second on third, regarding him in number 7. Going back in. Comes down on third number 2, going up the back straight away. Kenya Smith, number 2 Racer. And second placing and third placing, car number 2, out of New South Wales, Robert Carrick. Robert Carrick and Kenya Smith, side by side across the start finish line. Robert Carrick drives it. These drivers running in second placing, prior to range stoppage. I want the second place back. Can he get underneath Robert Carrick, the number 2 car? They fan out, coming out of the top third. One lap the lane, going across the start finish line. Forget about Johnny McHugh. It's on the last qualifying round of these. Now number 23, the Miami Smash Surveyors Racer. Who's going to fill second and third placing? Kenya Smith. In car number 9, across the strike for second. And third going to be 81 American truck class car of John Medline. Speedway fans are blinder in Super Sedan car racing. Your 3-lap time, that's a quick time, 45.78. The 3-lap time, 45.78.
It's not turned on, I'll reckon.
Well, Nick Nicola, how was your night last night?
Yeah, we had a good start. First couple of heats, we had a good run, and the third heat we weren't quite happy with, but we're still up there with the rest of them at the moment. And how'd the track pull up last night? The track was actually in the second heat was excellent, and in the third heat it went bad, but we didn't adjust for it. So we've learned to adjust for it for tonight. Good luck in tonight's feature race, mate. Thank you very much.
Smile.
Richie.
Smile.
Ron Pine, last night wasn't one of the better nights for you, certainly something that you're not accustomed to.
No, it's something I don't like getting used to, being basically, if I'm lucky enough, I'll be at the wrong end of the field to start the final, but you'll see some pretty desperate stuff from me just to make the final, I think.
If you do make the final, you're going to be well down the back. That hasn't never phased you before. You're a big race specialist. You've been around many, many years. How will you attack it?
Only one way, mate. Put your helmet on back to front. No, basically, there's no plan. It unfolds in front of you. If your setup's good enough, it's 50 laps, you can still get there. That it all comes back to the setup, but you can't make a mistake. And we've done it before from the back. It's a good feeling, but with the calibre of racing or the races here tonight, it's going to be a real tough assignment, I'll tell you.
When you do it from the back, you really do feel as though you've earned it, don't you?
Yeah, it's a real achievement. See, where we come from down south, they've got this habit of putting myself or my brother off the rear all the time. I suppose it's a good crowd-pleasing thing, but it's real hard. So we are used to it, starting from the rear fields, because that's our handicap, because if we started off the front, it'd be a one-horse race, basically.
Well, good luck with it tonight, Ron.
Yeah, thank you very much. I need it.
In position number 2, along with Craig McGeorge, Canada 3 out of 4. Victoria Martin, the front rider, who desperately needs a truckload of points. A long haul from the Garden City State to Charlton Speedway. Ronnie Pine likewise, the Auto 1 car out of Newcastle, racing out of position 7, a scratching Crescenti from 8. Ian Brennan's car number 76 for position 9, the number 5 racer, leading no introduction from Lismore and Paul O'Neill. Tony Barklemore, Cobar 63 from 10, and position 11 going to car number 17. Looks like a bunny rabbit.
Go, Jamie Bushell, catch him if you can.
What? Don't be scared, fellas, it won't hurt you.
Remember the old greasy pig races we used to have at the Toowoomba Showgrounds? Well, now we've got a fast cat.
Mick Nicola, Ron Pine, car number 7, 76 Ian Brims. Tony Bartlemore, car number 83, Paul O'Neill in 5. And Brian Mithvan, car number 17, a start moments away, Freeway Vandal. We go racing. Mark O'Brien. The Mark O'Brien car working beautifully. Oh, one machine right around. Looks like Peter Warren. Has he come off the worst in car number 18? Two cars involved across the other side of the racing circuit. Marco position 6. In position 7, Ian Brims, car number 76. Paul O'Neill in 5. Tony Barklemore, 63. And Brian Nisson, car 17 at Bullfield. Down the wick, running along the car. The 99 car will last into the race lead. And the team running on the line for Marco O'Brien, car number 99. The rest of the unspotted race car. Doing everything right, coming out of the 3-4 turn. Oh, big stop line. Number 8 centimetres away from the concrete wall at every point. Round the Charlton Street. Oh, Mark O'Brien hangs on. He comes on the logo chocolate, the boil olives for Mark O'Brien. Number 99, the red Ronnie Smile. Jumping out of the ground, right behind the high line with the low line going across the start finish line. Mark O'Brien takes the best of one time coming out of the 3-4 turn. Second last, these race are of paramount importance. All going on further back in the back. Peter Warren from the Sunshine Coast going for a very, very easy Saturday night three-way drive. Into number 18, race out of Big Top Lane. 3-1. Right side, absolutely 160, 4th point. Doing our second last qualifying here. Star 7, Ron Pine coming down 4th, waiting. Ahead of Mark O'Brien, car number 99. Ian Price, Tony Barklemore, and Randy Shores, bringing up the first 7 or 8 cars. I don't think there's much chance for number 7 race or Brian Mithvan. We'll pick up probably in the placing for us all to be the Warren, car number 18. The racing race cars. Since the green flag was dropped. In second out of Victoria, driving Victoria 1, Mick Nicola. Yellow lights being turned on trackside, obviously a drama. At some point around the Charlton Fleet Bowl. Just trying to find out exactly what the problem is at this point in time. Latest vehicle, ready to go racing. We're going to get in the race. Our fortunes can change. It's Speedway Racing. You put a bet for all money that's all over. They're the shouting for the hapless Peter Warren driving car number 63. The motor car virtually slowing to a walk coming out of the top turn. The race winners, Speedway fans, give a big round of applause from Victoria to Charlton Speedway. Put your hands together for Mick Nicola. Victoria won first, second placing going to Ron Pine, car 7, and third, the number 8 car from North Queensland in the hands of Mick Dobler. Your winning time before lap of 102.8.
Darren, last night you put in some great drives and it's earned you top of the point score after last night's qualifying heats.
Yeah, we had a great night last night. We had a first off the front, and we had a grid 11 and grid 9 and got through to second and third. So, and that was probably my two worst heats for the weekend. So tonight we've got a couple of good grid draws, and hopefully I can perform well on both them and start on the front row.
Good luck with us tonight, Darren, and hope to see you on the dice later on tonight.
I hope so too. Thank you.
And that's what you want. Let's hope it goes to 50 lap distance later on tonight. Let's have a bit of a look down the run line. Now we've got Wayne Randell and Lindsay Hawkins alongside him. Further back we go to Dale Christensen and Gregory Smith. Further back to Darren Kane and Jack Childs. The local lads, Graham Lehman and Michael G. Gary Pagel, John Fine and Wayne Brims. Let's have a bit of a look at Gary Pagel's credentials. A number of times Australian Modified Production Champion, and this is only his third drive in a Super Sedan. Back to you, Ken.
Green light turned on, we go racing. Wayne Randall, Lindsay Hawkins, and Dale Christensen are setting the pace, setting the tempo. Out of turn number 4 for the first time across the start-finish line, the Buccaneers car. Wayne Randall, what a winning combination for a lot of decades. The Inbox Tomatoes and Wayne Randall almost on the inside. Lindsay Hawkins down Mackay, Speedway Tomato. They are side by side. Stop Shelf, Freeway Racing, 22, Dale Christensen. And brings a real surprise during this last qualifier. In Super Sedan car racing for one moment. I thought we may have seen a passing move between the 1-2 combination. Lindsay Hawkins getting by the Wayne Randall, number 36. Have a look at Michael G in the Prestige level. Wetherall Prestige Royal Body Car, yellow lights being turned on. Dale Christensen. He spun the race from the back straight, car number 22. Looks like the Tasmania 1 car of Darren Kane also involved backside. Okay, this time round, everything looking okay. Yes, Lindsay Hawkins, Wayne Randall, Michael G, Wetherall Prestige Royal Body Car, third place going up the back straight away. Ahead of Darren Kane, some big leaders further back in the pack, including Darren Kane driving Tasmania 1, Dale Christensen. And Greg Smith out of the Newcastle Motor Ground, car number 16. Is this the way they're going to finish? Looks like the same margin, covering 3 cars as they negotiate the top 10. The Hawk, Lindsay Hawkins supporting Randall, Wayne Randall, Michael G. That motor car certainly stands out on the three-way circuit. A beautifully turned out Wetherall Prestige Auto Body, car number 11. Michael G. raised the motor car from any which way but loose. Obviously a great handling race car. Greg Smith running into a good tolerance up there on the top third. The 16 car out of Newcastle almost put right around, but I'd say Lindsay Hawkins will take one hell of a car driver combination to run down the flying Lindsay Hawkins racer from the infield. Back over the three-way track for Michael G. Now the challengers come second fast. Have a look at the Holden Commodore. And Gary Pagel, he goes for the outside run, going up the back straight away. He wants a good starting grid for tonight's feature race. Gary Pagel, Dale Christensen, side by side as they negotiate the bottom turn. The white flag this time about to be displayed going across the start-finish line. Look at Wayne Randall. He's breathing fire and brimstone on the rear bumper of the Lindsay Hawkins car. One circulation of the Charlton Speedway remaining and the Holden Commodore of Gary Pagel. Executed inside and outside passing move on the Michael G car. The race being run in virtually 2 separate divisions. First and second, and third and fourth. The winner, Lindsay Hawkins, car number 14 first. Second going to Wayne Randall in car number 36. And officially third, the 11 racer of Michael G. 7 laps, Speedway fans, a top time. Okay, thanks indeed, David. Yes, the all-important B-main, Speedway fans, event number 11. As David mentioned down there on the infield, the first three positions to transfer to the final. All stages quickly drawing out 2-metre ride up here in our race headquarters. The winner is Jamie Williams, a purple ticket A65. Jamie Williams, a purple ticket A65. Please come to our commentary box. We go racing. Oh, a brilliant start for number 6. Dialed in this race car. There's Storm from Central Queensland, giving no one else a look in this point. Time they are swamping the Hale Richardson car. That's with the New South Wales car number 2 of Robert Carrick doing the second place in the New South Wales drivers running second and third down there on the bottom turn. Unfortunately, yellow lights being turned on trackside. We did forecast prior to our Sedan B main. Hopefully this time round, yes, we go racing, the big main. Pick up the race lead, it's gone. From Dyson in North Queensland, exchange the pace, exchange the left, look at second, third and fourth. As Patrick Gillard, the Newcastle car almost sideways on, one machine. Oh, I tell you what, I don't believe the carnage, the drama up there on the 3-4 turn. Okay, hopefully no more hiccups. We go racing. Watch the roll out of the 3-4 turn. It remains the way. Down. Going up the back of the way. Big move from Prix down at grand final of $15,000 up for grabs on the inside. Oh, don't tell me. Yellow right. Once again, the display backside. 3-4 turns, got it in his field. That's on the three-way bank, going across the Toowoomba line. The 1-2-3 combination, that's where all our three-way banks have got their interest second. It's all important. 1-2-3, through to the feature. Assuring a position. Number 22, the winner. Dale Christensen second. Then Corn down to second. And officially third will go to the Robert Carey car out of New South Wales. Car 2, Speedway Bands have had a big round of applause for him. The winner, car number 22, Dale Christensen first. Second, the number 6 racer, Des Corn, and officially third in car 2, Robert Carey.
In Australia, but in America too. They spend a lot of time in the United States building and racing. I think they're not long back from the United States actually. Tanya hasn't enjoyed the best of the season so far, but I'm sure she's about to make amends. Car number 77, Wayne Brims, the Brims bulk entry car. Have a look where he's starting. Car number 97, we've got to give this guy a big wrap up. The Yarraman Fuel Service car. Of Gary Pagel, car number 97. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gary Pagel's third time tonight in a Super Sedan. He's very, very creditable in the modified production car. He's won a couple of Australian titles, countless Queensland and New South Wales state championships. Tonight he's in the Super Sedan. This is his third only drive in a Super Sedan. He's absolutely loving the experience, and we wish them all well with 50 grueling laps to travel. Have a look where John and Ron Pine are. Not where I'd like to be, but let me tell you something. Come checkered flag time, these guys will be honking. Come on now, turns 1 and 2. Let's go down past the bar. You guys should be full of cheer. Come on, let's get them on their way. Turn 3 corner, work in concrete corner. Come on. Give these blokes a standing ovation. They've got to do 50 laps around this place. You reckon you guys can do 50 laps? Well, that's what you're asking of these guys, and they want to turn it on. Let them know you care. Let them know you're here to watch. There's 50 laps. It's 400 metres around. That's a long, long way when you're doing 50 laps. As I said before, the tyres are going to be absolutely critical and crucial. We may even have to the fuel stop if there's a lot of restart. The nerves on high alert. Stewards now just checking to make sure that these cars are all in their right order. What about all you ladies in the audience? How about a big roar for Tanya Smith? Come on, girls. Righto, just slowing them down. It'll be first corner chaos. Jamie McHugh, no slouch on the right foot. Have a look who's beside him. 3 times Tasmanian champion right alongside him. Darren Kane. This time around, ladies and gentlemen, they will be on their way.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? This is it. $15,000 to win. The promoter, Jamie McHugh, starting out of pole position. Looks like one more cruising lap as far as I'm concerned up here in our racing quarters. The field, an absolute star-studded field of Super Sedans. The best in Queensland, the best in New South Wales. Mick McCall, the lone entry, and out of Victoria, can it be Jamie McHugh? There is chances galore. Tanya Smith in a very handy row number 2, position 3, coming out of the 3-4 turns. Looks like something's still amiss out there trackside. Chris Bitcar just casting an eye over the field as they go across the start-finish line. A lot of the experienced drivers, the 2 Pine boys, Ron Vine, John Vine, would no doubt be realising John led right. It's a long way to win, a long way to go. Let's not try and win it in the first lap. Are you ready, Speedway fans? Jamie McHugh. Around the outside, Hamilton up, Hamilton Royale. They're on the outside of their Mania 1 car, Darren Kane. And Jamie McHugh, they are side by side, wheel to wheel as the entire field. Reel off, lap number 1, 3 wide, 4 wide. It's square up at $15,000 for the lap number 1 up here at Charlton Speedway. Jamie McHugh gets on heavy stretch of his car. It's up to the position. Nothing moves around the outside, the Holden Commodore. Have a look at this, Holden Commodore from the Garrett Fuel Supplies. Already a yellow light being turned on trackside. Unfortunately, looks like the overall prestige all-air buddy car of Michael G. Sitting up there on turn number 3, the Newcastle 2 car.
There is methanol spilt all over the racetrack and a little bit to the infield. That will take a little bit of cleaning up.
We'll leave you turned on, David, thank you.
Yes, thanks, Kev. Yes, as I was saying, Robert Carrick, bad luck for him. Ruptured a fuel bladder. You can still see the fuel coming out of the fuel.
Look at the tyres on the race cars, I should say. The motor department, quite okay, no shadow of doubt. Wayne Brim 77. Speedway fans, are you ready? 50 laps and $15,000. As we go racing, coming back here, taking just 3 out of the start, coming out of the 3-4 there. There's 10 metres, just ready to the entire field, going up the back, run away, Jones at 2, Darren Kane. Daniel Smith out of New South Wales, running in a very good handing, third placing. For that matter, looking for the race lead, coming down the lane. Now, picking up third place out, Daniel Smith from Wayne Brim's car. Going like a skyrocket on the back, run away right wide, Gary Bagel. In the all-conquering Holden Commodore, down to the 97, Jamie McHugh, and Darren Kane. And from later, on the presentation, by North Wheel, $15,000 to win. Took up their $15,000 check to Miami State, the mayor's car going north. All over a race winner as he comes out of the turns across the start finish line. Darren Kane, the Tasmanian champion, and the one driver going down the James McHugh car. It's the play, Darren Kane driving Tasmania 1. Looks like the field well on field. He's settled down to a race pace side by side. On the 3-4 turns, the inside Darren Kane, the outside. James McHugh, maybe James McHugh is trying to set the race pace. Little things down and they will look right this time and not finish the first 10 laps. It's a long way to go. Darren Kane, obviously having other ideas. Wayne Randall in the super victory. Puts the nose underneath the James McHugh car in first. And yes, Smith looking for a passing move on Wayne Randall, Holden Commodore and Gary Tagle. As he's up halfway with Mr. David Button down running for a few minutes to go. And David Tagle is going to third or fourth place in the Sedan division, which is one hell of a show of brilliance from Gary Tagle driving the Bernie Jack car out of here on the top of South Burton District. All over here, White Happy running around towards the position. Ahead of the Victorian Junior and Vic McCall, they're going up to that straight. One time, John Pine. Johnny Redline, number 81, without doubt. One long race, especially on that line. It's going to get struck out of the guy. Attacking from Charlton, Marco Byers, number 9, that Darren Kane. Starting to extend that race lead for his qualified Charlie. Between Charlton, Miami, straight from there, 23 yards, Kane is down on that race. Randall. Oh, and the Victorian down to the Speedway race, and certainly does. Guy has struck last of experience, Wayne Randall. Wayne Randall with what was there saying down, watching the move from Jamie McHugh, watching which line he's taking, which track he's taking. Oh, another car sideways on up there on the 3-4 turn. Looks like Dale Christensen for some reason starting ahead of Paul O'Neill driving car number 5. That is a cool low for Paul O'Neill starting rear of field in the this morning then. Car 5, obviously Paul O'Neill, the offending driver up there on the 3-4 turn. Darren Kane, what a smooth operator. No one to Ian Butcher, wanted Darren Kane to join his race team down there at Ian Butcher Race Starts Sundander. The Tasmanian Tiger, the Tasmanian champion. 1-6-2, second placing. Wayne Randall, the inbox of cars right to the fore, running in first and third. Tanya Smith from Rocket Race Cars, fourth placing coming across the strike. And we go racing once more. Now in very left off. First to back straight away. Second placing, changing their wheels, back in the third, Wayne Randall. Now Tanya Smith is sitting back in fourth placing. Inside, placing is hard. Driver 1 Wayne Smith. From third drive, Generation Racer. Canada 77, Gary Hagel, 6th placing coming out of the 314. Victor Coleman, got 31 down, behind one of the big leaders, Tanya Smith, books this rocket race car up the outside of Wayne Randall, as he comes out of the 314. They are closing and closing quickly. On Tony McNeil, down to the 23 of the Racer, Charlton last night. What has been 10 years since the place of Prix, 6 cars going down the lane straight away. And we've driven this rocket race cars that is working beautifully at every point. Now the Charlton Speedway complex, and the cars, everybody looks down the line. And they drivers speed up the pressure, all hard, step on the tail. Going next year to the number 9 race, this is how you're allowed the likes of Wayne Randall. Onto the infield, back onto those big race tracks, down to the third. Wayne Randall dropping 2-3 on into 4 position. In the end, Moxamator, down to the 36. Yellow lights been turned on trackside. That makes Lindsay Hawkins, car from North Queensland, car number 14. Setting the tempo with 33 laps remaining during this $15,000 to win. Two for the van cars, 2 nights, 2 lanes, 6 sector up here at Charlton Speedway. 3 lights turned on, action John, back in the wheel. We ran 7 and time to push the wrong lane. On the 3 car coming up the back straight away, there's real pressure being applied. The Darren Kane, the Dash Radio 1 car, taking with this for 1 payment. All those top guys that are behind center of the level. The 2 racer and Darren Smith, Wayne Smith. The outside of Wayne Smith is going to get down the outside of Tanya Smith coming out of the 314. This is absolutely fantastic. Smith is the car racing, Tony McNeil. Now, Tasmania, Michael over Reed. Once again, the pilots, the 23 car into their senior position. Darren Kane, he's on the double wheels, quickly as that takes to go race. These 2 drivers driving away from the third place. Have a look at Gary Hagel, who's 187. Dave Shelby, the Melbourne Commodore, is going to take out $15,000 for the gift of 60 laps around this right tonight. $3 Charlton Speedway this way. Shelby down to number 9, Generation is third. Ron Prime driving down to 70. Place it up on the leading 4 cars. John McMurray down to the right. Tanya Smith starting to move around. Down to the 9, Toowoomba. They are coming on right back out. The move by line. The long distance race specialist of Newcastle Motor Grade. 4 cars. We believe it was still 28 laps to race. Gary Hagel now riding racing ready around the outside of Darren Kane. Darren Kane, that's you. A slight touch coming out of the 314. This was the opportunity that Gary Hagel was looking for in this 97 Danny Jack Racer. Gary Hagel. All right. And of the 97 Darren Kane down. Right now, Pontiac coming out of the 314 is from a touch. Just giving an indication of how we can race here at Charlton Speedway. without any car damage. I tell you what, I don't think I've seen a race as thrilling as what we're seeing out there trackside during the lining up in race at 2. One small looks like the hapless Lindsay Hawkins just getting the 14 cars or trying to restart the 14 car on the inside.
What do you think about that Jamie McHugh? That's our young guy, car number 1. We've got Jamie McHugh. We've got Darren Kane. We've got Gary Pagel. That's back to you, Kevin.
Okay, thanks, David. Yes, the race leader. Jamie McHugh has talked for one moment. The man with a driver's side, the rear side of the Jamie McHugh car. But the good news is, there's the A.A. Kane now setting up a good wheel flying bumper. Over Darren Kane in second place is Gary Pagel. Mr. Spectacular himself, driving this Jeremy Holden Commodore, number 97. Back in the fourth place in 77, Wayne Prix, Daniel Smith. Right side, Wayne Randall. Fourth placing from down to the 36. The Victorian champion realising the lap starting to run down very, very rapidly indeed. If he wants to get a major place, he's going to do it quickly. Likewise, John Kine. And all the deal outside it again. Check the front of the field, headed by Jamie McHugh, down to the 23. Darren Kane, the Australian champion. Second placing third. Have a look at that. Joey Bagel car gets up. Needs to look up the outside on the Darren Kane car. He's sitting directly right on the rear number of the high bound. He's watching the race cars of Russell Darfany drive. Wayne Prix. No question mark. City is putting it over. Race to the line. Trying to come to the City in front of him. Race to Charlton. The 10-year Smith ahead of number 7 car of Ron Biden. In third. Quick Nicole ahead of Victoria. Driving Victoria London. And Wayne Randall down to the 36. I think the race may have dropped off slightly. With a Holden Commodore and Gary Pagel. However, he has bounced back at 1 million miles an hour to about a nose with tail drive. Across the start of his line, Gary Pagel was on no way. Like a split the race with the Jamie McHugh and the driver in second place. Oh, Jamie McHugh and Darren Kane. So 1-2 combination almost brings them up there on the top there. Here's the big opportunity. So Gary Pagel now he unleashes all his power going up the back of the way. The Holden Commodore in the second place. Then he took off the race leader out the motor up there in Charlton Speedway. Jamie McHugh back in the fourth placing. Wayne Prix and down to the 77. Darren Kane. That is where that Commodore absolutely excelled. Off the back straight away from the car that jumped out of the ground. Obviously, now it is. Looks like Darren Kane may, yes, be running out of the third flag. Still 16 laps remaining during this 15 laps, $15,000 to win. Gary Pagel will be playing one driver. Who's preventing me at this point in time from taking home the grand total of $15,000 on the final inside and outside passing move on the Bermuda's 23 car of Jamie McHugh. Just as intent, why shouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? He took up his own drive money, Darren Kane third, fourth place in Florida. Wayne Prix got up to 77 ahead of him, number 7 car. But although one of Ron Lyons, all eyes. Singled on 4 cars, going to Washington Darfany drive, Dale Christensen. Being left in car number 22. Horsepower coming out of the 23 car and Jamie McHugh at the lead with the Holden Commodore and Gary Pagel down to the 97. Oh, this could be a big chance for Gary Pagel. He's got the major car hooked up, looking for an outside passing move on the 23 car of Jamie McHugh. Now, I don't think he was close enough down there on turn number 10. And he was sitting right in the rear bumper of the Jamie McHugh car. Could have executed enough horsepower coming out of the free-forward turn. Gary Pagel and Jamie McHugh. This is the best thing of the car race. You can especially say I've seen the lifetime of believe you me, I witnessed quite a few of these lap cars. This could make things extremely interesting indeed. And general damage on the 96 car, 97 car of Gary Pagel. Now, Jamie McHugh inside the game. The inside or the outside round these lap cars coming out of 3-4 turn. Down Taylor, Carolina, where they go down question mark. The first of Prix round Charlton Speedway is booked the yellow racer. Round the 3-4, John Charlton. Well, I just made the same. Getting Johnny round the outside of James McHugh going down to the top there. Darren Payne. Oh, brilliant damage to the Holden Commodore. And Gary Baker went and done down one of the hard much after tonight. Ricky Lamy who was done Speedway the down for South Macedonia. Jamie McHugh with about 2 positions going in one to start and bonus. Plus the Darren Payne to about the Jamie McHugh going to the 23. Wayne Brent, 77, second in third placing, Darren Payne. I can look at the next report. Oh, Jamie McHugh. And Darren Payne. Oh, wonder what the Steve Stewart scores are. On the inside from the 3-4-2, something we can say confidently. So it's a run of daylight under the 23 by the Mayor's racer. Just wondering under Bending Bonnet. Collecting the view from Darren James. James second placing out on the front side. As he enjoys his eventually running side. And the number 1, DX Commodore. He puts the Commodore around the outside, coming out of the 3-4-2. There is some very running fine. Almost up the concrete wall on the next runaway. The left rapidly running down into the front of the Yes, round with the thin left swing. Start up into that big terrain. Jamie McHugh, he's got victory in sight. He knows the left cars are causing chaos at this point in time. Right firmly inside. Jamie McHugh, the white flag out. Darren James second look at Ron Pride. What a finish. The 50 lap of Sedan car racing here. That a big round of applause, Speedway fans. I'm sure you will agree with the race fans to a Charlton Speedway. That is one of the best events you will witness in the world of Sedan car racing.
You, third place tonight.
Yeah, it's a long race and it was a hard race. I actually thought we had one more lap to go, but anyway, I'm stoked with third. I'd like to thank all my sponsors. Yeah, and it was just a great race.
Ladies and gentlemen, in third place tonight, Wayne Brems. In second place tonight, the man, or one of the men that made this great event possible. Would you please welcome in second place, Jamie McHugh.
Oh, I want to thank everyone for coming. It's been a great 2 nights. The racing was great. I'd like to thank Michael, Marie G, and special thanks to my wife Sharon for putting this event on. And I'd like to thank my crew that, because I've had no time to spend with them, they've prepared a great car. And Rocket Race Cars, best car in Australia. Thank you.
Jamie, for a moment there I almost thought you had it.
Yeah, I did too, but you know, Wayne drove well and he got past me and he deserved to win it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie McHugh. And the winner of the very, very first Titan Garages and Carports Super Sedan Grand Prix goes to Wayne Reynolds.
Thank you very much. I just absolutely stoked. I just don't know what to say. But first off, Michael and can't even think of his name, Jamie McHugh, for putting the show on. They took a big gamble, I suppose, by putting it on. But as far as I've seen, the racing's been excellent. The quality of the car here is unbelievable. Like, I mean, this is Australian title just about, and 25 cars, I said the other night, could win it, and we just had a little glimmer of hope. And Ian Botcher Racing, Jamie said his was the best race cars in Australia. Well, we beat him, so ours has got to be the better one. No, I'm only joking. But Ian Botcher Racing, thank you very much for persevering with me. I'm just stoked. It's just something that we deserve, and I don't mean that in a smart-ass way. We deserve it. We put a good effort in, and I've let them down so many times sometimes, and I kick myself in the ass, but shit, I'm stoked, you know. Just thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Reynolds. I'd like to ask Dean McComb to come forward now and present Wayne with a $15,000 cheque. And Dean, it doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, congratulations, Wayne. That was a fantastic race. Representing Titan tonight, I'd like to thank everybody involved. It's been a fantastic show, and I think the crowd out there would have loved what they've seen tonight. Congratulations to Wayne, as I said. Commiserations to Jamie. I mean, he was sitting in the box seat and traffic got there, and the man who went on the outside was the one who won the race. So that was brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, Dean McComb, representing Titan Garages and Carports.
I didn't mean to forget Titan Garages. I know they're a great sponsor of Speedway, and I see what they do in the last few years for Speedway. Thank you very much for putting this show on. I just take my hat off to people who do this. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Wayne. Certainly a deserved winner. We'd like to thank all you fans too for coming out, because I'm sure you will all agree it just does not get much better than that.
I stay running for you, Jane.
Righto. When these guys are finished playing with the chamfers. Fans, don't go home yet. We're going to put them in the back of the ute shortly, and they're going to do a lap of honour. So just don't go home just quite yet.
Thumbs up, guys. Come on, Wayne. Big thumbs up. Thank you.
Jamie.
Yeah, it's just going to here. Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone that's supported us. Chris Metcalf that's put a lot of work in, Tracy Brown that's put a lot of work in, Titan Garages for sponsoring it, Ian Botcher Motors, Racers Warehouse, and Who's Your Race Tyres. We're very happy. My wife Sharon, Marie G and Michael. We hope to make this a once-a-year event, and I thank all the drivers for coming and supporting this first-time event. Thank you very much.
You don't need to shave there.
Okay. Get rid of these. Get away, get away.
They go out seem quite well, but practice you don't.
In the country and wherever them show me the money and I'll be.
What it's all about, but we were very fortunate to get Fishwick.
We had a bit of an incident at Newcastle too.
Too bad, but oh man, you need to start again. That's terrible. It's too much crap. Start again. It's out that night, the lead that, and it's I'm terrible. I'm spun out. Isn't it really? I didn't notice. It's actually my birthday, 1st of January, but no, sorry, I'm not going to tell you my age.
I'm associated with Speedway now for some...
Yeah, 3 times, back-to-back last 2 years.
Well, we've run last season and this season, but the last 3...
And normally they have a nice hooky track for...
50 laps, you got a fair chance of coming from...
Let's go. There's some tremendous talent in the pits here tonight.
Darren Kane, the ex-Tasmanian champion Mick Doubler. Right, a brilliant start from Neil Craig. The Welby's race engines waiting still held in on number 69, Sarah Neil Craig. Oh, a passing blue, Clay Bow of Charlton Speedway. Greg Rawlings is going to be a Commodore race victory. Ronnie Hyde, Ronnie Hyde, Marco Rise, the trail involving Marco Bryan, Wayne Brent, the number 6 across the start finish line, and a bonus flash from the breeze. Oh, a big move from the presence of John Leslie, down at 81, side by side. Oh, a contact between Peter Warren, and Michael G. Base cars. Oh, another lose on the top 10. Motor cars everywhere. 3 4 action time. Better back on the back. Front stretch and the boy of the online circulation of Charlton Speedway remains. Going to be Dale Christensen. Or Tony Duckle. Bow. At Charlton Speedway, the 2 race leaders. It's Prix Racing. Front oil. Ron Pine looking for inside passing loose. Oh! Wow! Motor cars every which way but late. So round number 2, he's doing a superhuman job of winning 4 cars. Of family cars, Darren Kane of the Bruce Marshall. Oh, Bruce Marshall, Ron Pine. Boy, would be an understatement. Darren Kane, a whole new complex, a whole new outlook coming over him. He's doing everything right out there, trackside. Further back and up, the way he's going, doing round number 2. Could quite easily take out maximum points. 1 and 2. And May from Toowoomba, very well. And the boys in the field are just having a bit of a fiddle just to make it go wrong. Just that little bit more. And there's just another bonus. But he's no one can't quite get the job done. He's going to go back to the Federal Electrical car. And there's one. Of the South Burnett this week. Peter Warren further down the rocket. The Wiley Foster Speedway Road. John Leslie. He's routine. And Mick McCullough, the Victorian champion, starting off the front row. Mick McCullough now in the race lead down there on the 1-2 turn. Michael G. Tucks inside the frantic race action. They are 3 wide. Working the back straight away. Ball. The Jack Child. Working the back straight away. Tanya Smith. And she sets the Charlton Speedway alight. The Michael G. come in. Mick McCullough. Michael G. takes over the race lead. But how long? Have a look at Tanya Smith. She's jumped on the loud pedal once again, going up the back straight away. One driver with a big move round the outside. The Hoppen Commodore Bruce Marshall.
Yeah, the crowd was very good tonight.
Drives, and it's earned you top of the point score after last night's qualifying.
Going really well.
Good luck, Gary, in tonight's 50 laps.
Only one way, mate. Put your helmet on back to front. No.
It's not turned on, I'll wreck it. Richie.
Smile.
Cap, let's know you are set. That is one hell of a spectacle going across the start finish line. In the Miami National Bears raceries, turned up the wick. Oh, stickers on the front wheel coming out of the 3-4 turn. Just wondering how wide you can get a board down. into car number 17. Looks like a bunny rabbit. Go, Jamie Bushes! The Margate line down, working beautifully, come out of one machine, right around, we're seeing the Prestige level. Wendell, Prestige, all body car, yellow light being turned on. Dale, number 11, Michael G, right into the car, put any which way to lose on the field. Right in and fourth, as Placer July, the Newcastle car almost sideways on. One machine, stop on, and tell me. Wow, was he throwing caution on the wind big time, the Seymour Smoke.
All the action here tonight, and if you'd like to get a copy of all the action, beautiful one from Andrew.
Are you ready, Speedway fans? Jamie McHugh. Around the outside, around the outside, the Holden Commodore. Have a look at it, Holden Commodore. In the front of the line. And the driver speed up the pressure. Right around the outside of Darren James. Darren James. Darren Pangolin, Jamie McHugh. This is the best thing of the NCAR race. The yellow racer. Round the 3-4. John Charlton. Well, I didn't Darren James. I can look at the next report. Hello, Jamie McHugh. James is going to take a racing out of number 1 as he enjoys this eventually running fine. And there is some very running fine. Almost up the concrete floor.
We'd like to thank all you fans too for coming out, because I'm sure you'll all agree it just does not get much better than that.
I'd say run if I were you, Jamie.
Righto, when these guys are finished playing with the chamfers. Fans, don't go home yet. We're going to put them in.